The Central Luzon State University, one of the renowned and prestigious institutions of higher learning in the country, is the lead agency of the Muñoz Science Community and the seat of Central Luzon Agriculture, Aquatic and Resources, Research and Development Consortium, or CLARDEC. It started as a farm school, the Central Luzon Agricultural School, or CLAS, on April 12, 1907, wherein the students learned the rudiments of better farming methods, agricultural mechanics, and homemaking arts. CLAS was converted into the Central Luzon Agricultural College, or CLAC, on December 31, 1950, the first state institution in the country to offer a 4-year curriculum for training teachers of vocational agriculture, and eventually became known as the mother of vocational agricultural schools in the country. CLAC became the Central Luzon State University on June 18, 1964 by virtue of Republic Act No. 4067. As embodied in its Enabling Act, the university shall primarily give professional and technical training in agriculture and mechanic arts besides providing advanced instruction and promoting research in literature, philosophy, the sciences, technology, and art. To date, CLSU remains as one of the premier institutions of agriculture in Southeast Asia for its breakthrough researches in aquatic culture, ruminant, crops, orchard, and water management, living through its vision of becoming a world-class national research university for science and technology in agriculture and allied fields. Additionally, it is also the first comprehensive state university to undergo institutional accreditation and is declared cultural property of the Philippines due to its high historical, cultural, academical, and agricultural importance to the nation. The university is designated by the Commission on Higher Education, National Agriculture and Fisheries Education System, or CHED-NAFES, as National University College of Agriculture, or NUCA, and National University College of Fisheries, or NUCF. More so, CHED designated CLSU as Center of Excellence in Agriculture, Center of Excellence in Agricultural Engineering, Center of Excellence in Biology, Center of Excellence in Fisheries, Center of Excellence in Teacher Education, and Center of Excellence in Veterinary Medicine. The Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquaculture, Forestry, and Natural Resources Research and Development, Department of Science and Technology, or PICARD-DOST, as Center of Research Excellence in Small Ruminants, designated by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, as Regional Integrated Coastal Resources Management Center. Lastly, CLSU is designated as the model agritourism site for Luzon. CLSU is composed of different offices and colleges. The Office of Vice President for Academic Affairs. It is composed of all curricular, co- and extracurricular, including research, extension and production activities of the students and faculty members. The Research, Extension, and Training Office. The RET's primary concern is the generation and validation of new knowledge, information and technologies, and the dissemination and commercialization of same to sustain agro-industrialization in the countryside. The University Business Affairs Program Office. The office manages and operates various income-generating projects and developing entrepreneurial capabilities of faculty, staff and students, and other development partners. The University Administration Office. The admin office's main function is to equip the institution with the needed human, expertise, skills, and systems vital to the operation of all aspects of services in support to the functions and activities of the academic, research, extension, training, and production program. The powerful arms in attaining the vision, mission, and philosophy of the university. The College of Agriculture. The mission of the college is to produce highly trained and responsive graduates and shall generate appropriate agriculture technologies to meet the challenges of the new millennium. The College of Arts and Social Sciences. The college focuses on the studies of human society, language, literature, and communication that empowers and contributes to national development. The College of Science. The college aims to provide quality education in sciences and mathematics through progressive and innovative instruction, research and extension to produce competent graduates responsive to a dynamic domestic and international environment. The College of Business Administration and Accountancy. The management philosophy of the college is to help sustainable agro-industrial development that leads to the improvement of the quality of life of the people through quality education in business entrepreneurship. The College of Education. The college shall develop quality teachers in the elementary and secondary levels of education for people empowerment, global competitiveness, and sustainable human resource development. The College of Engineering. The college aims to provide relevant and quality training for students in engineering and related fields consistent with the National Development Trust. The College of Fisheries. The college is tasked to provide quality education in fisheries and to fill the need for trained manpower and contribute to sustainable aquaculture development. The College of Home Science and Industry. The program of the college is geared towards the development of self-reliant individuals who will be able to contribute to the advancement of the family, community, industries, and the nation. The College of Veterinary Science and Medicine. The college envisions to become a model veterinary institution dedicated to countryside development by providing excellent veterinary education that will produce graduates equipped with technical, entrepreneurial, managerial, and leadership skills necessary for optimum animal production. The CLSU Distance, Open, and Transnational University. It provides education opportunities via degree and non-degree programs to individuals aspiring for higher education or for improved qualifications, and also to avail of the non-traditional modes of instruction. The University International Affairs Office that develops and coordinates the international relations and activities of the university. The Office of Admissions, responsible in the admission, registration, and records of students. Office of Student Affairs, the center of information, activities, and services relative to the needs of students. The University Graduate Program Office. It provides assistance and ensures coordination among colleges offering graduate programs. University Library. Provides services relative to the library needs of the student, faculty members, and other clientele. Information Systems Institute. Promotes the effective use of information and communication technology in the different functions of the university. Institute of Sports, Physical Education, and Recreation. Promotes the recreation, social, and ethical values derived from various sports. Institute for Climate Change and Environmental Management. Provides environmental education and training related to environmental studies, issues, and concerns. CLSU Testing and Evaluation Center. Serves as a centralized venue for psycho-educational testing, performance evaluation, and academic research in support of the academic program. Center for Educational Research Development Services. Venue where human and material resources of the university converge to produce and make available multimedia learning resources. Center for Central Luzon Studies. The manifestation of the role that the CLSU plays as a regional university that is of fostering better understanding of the society in which it operates. Center for Tropical Mushroom Research and Development. A venue for technology development, research, and extension on tropical mushroom production and processing and byproduct utilization. Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program. An educational assessment scheme which recognizes knowledge, skills, and prior learning obtained by any individual from non-formal and informal education experiences. Natural Service Training Program. responsible in carrying out academic policies of the university insofar as they affect the NSTP. Freshwater Aquaculture Center, a multidisciplinary research unit of the university which shall be responsible for aquaculture and fisheries research and development. Philippine Carabao Center at CLSU helps improve the general well-being of rural farming communities through carabao genetic improvement and technologies. Small Ruminant Center develops technologies, produce quality stocks, and promote the goat and sheep industry. Ramon Magsaysay Center for Agricultural Resources and Environment Studies serves as a continuing source of appropriate technologies and information on sustainable environment and agricultural resources management. Land and Water Resources Management Center provides the leadership and direction towards the rational utilization of the finite groundwater and surface water resources. Animal Production Office includes all projects involving poultry, livestock, and fish. Crop Production Office includes all projects pertaining to crops and agricultural product processing. Commercial and Business Development Office includes income-generating projects categorized as commercial and business services. Now, for more than 100 years, CLSU stands proud as one of the more renowned and prestigious higher education institutions in the country. Then and now, the university is a shining example of an institution that has been dedicating itself to the task of producing responsible and committed human resources and providing services with an indelible mark of excellence.
CLSU Chemical Society, menomously known as ChemSo, is a college-based, nonprofit organization of PS Chemistry students in Central Luzon State University that was founded on August 24, 1983. CLSU Chemical Society aims to provide educational, socio-cultural, and intellectual services to the people in whom the organization is pledged to serve. It also seeks to promote chemistry among students inside and outside the university, build camaraderie among its members, and develop the students' potentials and skills in different endeavors. To fulfill the organization's visions and objectives, various activities such as free tutorial services and dorm tutorials are being held. These activities are open to all CLSU students, where the members of the society share their knowledge in chemistry with the students of CLSU. Its main objective is to help students who are having a hard time in their chemistry subjects understand the topics easily. They also host chemistry competitions that contribute to the academic development of students by honing their abilities in understanding and analyzing chemistry-related topics. Patichem is a quiz bee event for CLSU students which promotes both camaraderie between pairs and sportsmanship among other pairs of students. Zonal Chemistry Congress includes thesis competition, Philippine National Chemistry Olympiad, a national level event. In the latter, ChemSo serves as the regional elimination coordinators for high school students from Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, and Cordillera Administrative Region. Moreover, the organization hosts the on-the-spot chemistry poster-making competition, regional elimination for a national level poster-making competition for grade 5 to grade 7 students. As a chemistry-related organization, ChemSo prompts interest in chemistry using Kaalaman sa Kapnayan, where chemistry facts, elements, and current issues and events are posted on their official Facebook page. We also conduct seminars like Tuhan, which is an event to guide all BS chemistry students about different fields they can pursue after completing their bachelor's degree. Another is laboratory safety guidelines, a webinar that aims to educate CLSU students who are taking up chemistry laboratory subjects about precautions, rules, and things that they must follow inside the laboratory. Then, the nanotechnology webinar that aims to promote the uprising material science and CLSU nanotechnology R&D facility. ChemMagic promotes not only chemistry as an interesting field, but also as an interesting and fun degree to senior high school students. ChemSo also values serving the people in the community. ChemSo Gives Back is an event that aims to share their blessings and knowledge with different communities that need such the most. During this pandemic, ChemSo conducted ChemSo Cares where they collected letters and message cards for the COVID-19 patients and frontliners, which aims to encourage the patients and express their gratitude to the frontliners for their hard work. The camaraderie and unity among its members are practiced by conducting activities like Chemustahan, an event for the members to relax from their academic activities and form bonds with the other members. For more than 3 decades, CLSU ChemSo continues to pursue the quest of giving quality services to the people, to the country to which they are pledged to serve.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Before we formally begin, we would like to thank you all for joining us here today in the comfort of your homes. We hope you are all safe. So, I would like to read to you a few gentle reminders for the webinar. So, first, the webinar is being streamed on our YouTube channel, the Scholastic Chemical Society YouTube channel, and it's being recorded as well here in Zoom. So if you are having connectivity issues, you can still be with us through YouTube. Number two, kindly turn off your video and microphones during the webinar to avoid uh, background noises. Number three, kindly rename to the format school uh, line, the vertical line, and your name. Number four, rather, we will be having an open forum at the end of each discussion. So if you have questions, you can send it to us directly, or you can type it in our chat box here in Zoom or comment section on the YouTube channel. Number five, to receive your e-certificate, make sure to fill out the evaluation form, which will be sent on both YouTube and Zoom platforms at the end of the webinar. And lastly, listen, learn, be empowered, and enjoy the future.
Yeah, good afternoon again, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. As we all know, in March, we have a month-long celebration of femininity and milestone of every woman in this planet. In the world of science, women have been part of many scientific discoveries, even in the ancient times. However, and unfortunately, they were mostly unrecognized because of the societal gender roles. Not until the early 1900s that a woman represented us with her discovery of radioactivity, and in recognition of Marie Curie, this recognition was a big leap for women in science. That today we welcome you to the second part of ChemScientia, Women of Science, a talk about journey. Hello, I am Rogen for Lucas.
And I am Abigail Biones, and we will be your host for today. Right? I would just like to give you guys a short background about our event. So, ChemScientia, a talk about journey. It's a two-part webinar series which aims to celebrate men and women of science. So we had our first part on October to celebrate men of science, and right now we are celebrating women of science. And also, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our guest speakers, Ma'am Bobby and Ma'am Pauline. And of course, yung ating may nakita ko kanina dito, Rog, we have friends from UST and UST, Ateneo, and Bicol University. So welcome. And of course, welcome din sa ating mga students from CLSP. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, welcome guys. And now let's begin this event with a prayer and to be followed by the singing of the national anthem. Miss Lena.
Once again, may we call on Miss Lena Nagawasa to lead us in the prayer. Oh, this is what's hard sa online events, no? Mga technical difficulties beyond our control.
Let's place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Let's place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear God, we offer everything to you during this event. May we ask for your blessing and divine providence that the event set for this undertaking be successful and effective. May we also retain the invaluable knowledge and learning experiences that we derive from this event for actual application when we leave this Zoom meeting. May we be living witness of your genuine love through the implementation of the knowledge acquired through this event. Grant us your divine wisdom as we go about our daily tasks after this event. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Right now, we are also joined here today by the Dean of Student Organization or Unit, and she is also a part of the Central Luzon State University Gender and Development Office. An empowered woman and established woman of her field, please welcome to give us the opening remarks, Dr. Irene G. Bustos. Let's give her a warm round of applause, everyone.
Hello, good afternoon. Am I?
Ma'am.
Narinig niyo ako?
Yes po.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. Correction lang dun sa atin. So yan, OSA, Office of Student Affairs. Alright, so thank you very much. And good afternoon everyone sa lahat ng nandito sa room. Good afternoon and sa lahat ng mga kababaihan. Happy Women's Month. Yan, purple tayo, di ba? Kulay ng kababaihan. Women's Month. And I am so pleased and honored to be with you this afternoon para sa inyong second part, second leg ito ng inyong activity na Men and Women of Science. So nauna na natin naganap yung Men of Science, then ngayon ay Women of Science. And napaka-timely ng inyong programa because this is not only in celebration of Women's Month, but with your two speakers, no, who will talk about their experiences. One is in the government. Si Ma'am Abigail ba yun? Audrey. Si Ma'am Audrey ay nasa government, di ba? Nasa DOST siya. At si Ma'am Pauline naman ay nasa industry. She is with Pearl Energy Operating Incorporated, no? So, ang dami nating makukuha ngayong hapon ito. In terms of how we can really look into the career opportunities for women. Not only for women, syempre, huwag nating i-marginalize ang mga kalalakihan. Ano? Napakarami nating makukuha sa webinar na ito. Kaya I encourage all of you to please listen and talagang matuto tayo sa kanilang mga experiences, sa kanilang expertise, sa kanilang mga wisdom na ibibigay sa atin ngayong hapon na to. I would like to thank everyone, no? Wag namang ikakatangos ng ilong ninyo. Alam niyo ang ChemSo is one of my favorite organizations because you've been a very productive partner of COSA, specifically with our learning assistance program. Totoo yun. No? Mula sa dorm hanggang sa mga puno dyan, sa mga ilalim ng puno, sa mga park, nag-tutorial kayo during face-to-face. And even now that we have the online tutorial program, you never fail. You never fall short of our expectations. And I am really a very, very much grateful and appreciative of all your effort na ibinibigay para sa ating mga estudyante, sa lahat ng mga services ninyo. And also, syempre, I would like to thank your officers, no? Si Dan Paul, at ang inyong iba pang mga officers, sila po na isa-isahin, baka may makalimutan ako. And syempre, yung inyong advisor, si Dr. Redel Gutierrez. And meron pa mo kayong advisor, baka nakalimutan ko, magalit sa akin. Maraming salamat. Wala akong masabi kung hindi maraming salamat. And I hope na you will stay as our active partner, no? Active partner ng OSA sa pagbibigay ng serbisyong totoo. Ay, nga, serbisyong mapagmahal para sa ating mga estudyante. So, hindi ko na pakakahabain pa. Welcome all of you, no? And to all of you, please sit back and really learn, enjoy. Namnamin natin ang mga makukuha nating bits and pieces of wisdom sa ating mga speaker ngayong hapon ito. Thank you very much. Stay safe, everyone. God bless us all.
All right. Thank you, ma'am, for that very uplifting message. Grabe, I actually agree with everything, with what ma'am has said. And also what you said kanina, Rog, sa intro, that women really, ang dami ng pinagdaanan, the women before us, in order for us to be here right now. And I know, you guys all know that we still have to fight. Mahaba pa ang ating lalakbayin. All right. At this point, Rog, I think I just want to ask you what are your expectations sa ating event for today?
So, ayun. Siyempre, babatiin mo na kita ng Happy Women's Month, diba? Yes.
Grabe. Hindi ko papatapusin ang araw na to without greeting you. Happy Women's Month, and of course, to women, every woman in the crowd.
And syempre, hindi lang Women's Month ang sineselebrate natin for this webinar, but also this is a celebration for science. And it's really nice that we can have the experience to hear from passionate and powerful women in our generation. And for this webinar, I expect that I will relate to the speakers' experiences and hopefully be more empowered after this webinar as a woman also that is pursuing science. So I think, can you ask someone from our crowd on your end?
Would like to hear from you guys.
Yes.
As well.
Maraming familiar ni.
Maybe we can ask students from outside.
Ay, oo.
LSU. And
Tama
nakita ko si Kyle Norlin Sikat from NEUST. Hello, Kyle. Pwede ba namin marinig yung voice? Or better yet, see your face as well. Okay, mukhang may internet issues. Because hindi naman, not necessarily naman women ang kailangan natin tanungin. I would like to ask Mr. Maxine Makulo from UST. Hello?
Ay, hello po.
Hi, Maxine. Kumusta ka?
Ayos naman po, ate.
We would like to ask you, what are your expectations sa webinar na ito?
Okay po. So, I think for this webinar, I expect that we would be able to celebrate yung contributions ng mga kababaihan sa field nga ng science and technology. But I think much more important than that is yung opportunity na to for us to talk about areas kung saan may lapses with regards to our response to gender inequality. Because ayun nga, statistics show us that women are still underrepresented in science, and yung field itself could still be considered, I guess, patriarchal or male-dominated. So hopefully this webinar is an opportunity for us to recognize kung gaano kaseryoso yung problema na to, and hopefully we will be able to think of ways to get more women to cement themselves in this field. So yun nga, #AbanteBabae.
Wow! I'm speechless. Pero yun nga, ngayong nasa women empowerment na rin tayo, I would like to share that women empowerment enables them to confidently and meaningfully engage with appropriate institutions to ensure that they contribute and benefit from development and changes. Ayan. Thank you so much, Maxine, for that very insightful answer. Thank you.
Ayan. So, I think we are ready to introduce our first speaker. So our speaker is from the petroleum industry, and she was a graduate of Central Luzon State University as a cum laude, and currently she's taking her master's degree of environment and natural resources management at the UP Open University. Her work experiences includes being a laboratory technician at the Petron Corporation, and also being a laboratory chemist at the High Precision Diagnostics. Her expertise includes analysis of water, coal, petrochemicals, petroleum, products, and biological sample metals. Let's give a round of applause for our first speaker from Pearl Energy Philippines Operating Incorporated, Ms. Pauline Bianca Alfonso. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Nasaan na kaya yun? Hello, everyone. Naririnig niyo ba ako?
Yes po.
Okay, naka-share screen ba? Sorry, first time kong nag-Zoom.
Yes po. Nakakikita naman po yung screen.
Okay.
Hindi pa lang po siya naka-presenter's view.
Okay, I have a questions for all of you. Have you ever wondered what would be the role of your chosen career in an industry? So do you have already an idea of the possible job that you will apply after your graduation or after passing your licensure exam? Do you have your dream job or dream company? Na-imagine nyo na ba yung sarili nyo in a working environment? What are you wearing? Do you wear a white laboratory gown? a scrub suit or a corporate attire? Or are you wearing a hard hat, goggles, and safety shoes? So yung mga question na yon ay posibleng nasa mga isipan nyo na. So as we go on, I will try to answer those questions. But for now, I would like to thank all the people behind this event. It is my pleasure to share my experiences to all of you. Once again, my name is Pauline Bianca Alfonso. I am a registered chemist and I am currently working in a coal power plant sector. So to start, my interest in a scientific field began when I was in my third year high school chemistry subject. My fondness and the topics such as naming chemical compounds, computation of molarity, normality, percent by weight, percent by volume, and even the ideal gas laws, balancing chemical equations, and redox reactions made me decide to take BS Chemistry in college. So, isa pang factor ay nung nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon na maging recipient ng DOST SEI Scholarship. So, moving forward, nag-enroll ako ng BS Chemistry noong taong 2010. So, akala ko dahil may foundation na ako ng chemistry, magiging madali yung journey ko sa college. Pero parang fake news pala, guys. Ang hirap pala ng chemistry. Kailangan pala ng matinding effort at oras para mapasa mo yung mga subject mo. Pero dala din ng pagsusumikap ko, nakagraduate naman ako ng chemistry with flying colors. So yun nga, noong 2014, I graduated in BS Chemistry as cum laude. So after graduation, nag-take ako ng board examination and fortunately, pumasa naman. So, doon na nag-e-end yung student life ko. So, to start, gusto ko munang i-define sa inyo kung ano ba ang chemistry. So, lahat naman tayo familiar dito. Lahat ba ng participants natin ay galing sa science-related course? Lahat naman siguro. So, chemistry is the study of matter and its properties and the changes it undergoes. So yung chemistry ay napaka-importante niya sa different field of science. Kaya siya tinatawag na central science. So dito makikita nyo sa chart yung chemistry nakagitna and nakakonect siya sa different field like biochemistry, medicine, energy, tsaka technology. So in the field of medicine and biochemistry, yung chemistry plays a central role. So para maintindihan natin yung mga reactions na nangyayari sa katawan natin, like yung mga hormonal synthesis, kailangan may knowledge tayo ng chemistry. And pagdating naman sa technology, yung mga materials na ginagamit sa technology natin ay chemistry-based siya. And dun sa energy, yung mga solar panels are composed of specially treated silicon. So doon, gumagamit din ng chemistry. And ngayon, sa trabaho, naginagamit yung mga chemists, yung nag-maintain ng water chemistry doon sa power plant. So let's begin na yung journey ko sa industry. So I was able to practice my profession for the very first time when high precision diagnostics accepted my application. Para sa mga hindi nakakaalam, yung high precision diagnostic is the largest medical laboratory in our country. At saka baka familiar rin kayo kasi meron na rin siyang branch sa Cabanatuan City. Pero doon ako naka-assign sa main branch, Del Monte Avenue, Quezon. So I was hired as their laboratory chemist assigned in trace element section. Yung primary task ng chemist doon ay simultaneous analysis of trace elements and micronutrients in whole blood samples using inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometer. So ano ba yung whole blood samples? So yung whole blood sample is consisted is blood cells, white blood. So yung whole sa blood, nagkakaroon sila ng lead, cadmium, and mercury. Hello? Wala niya to.
Yes, ma'am.
Ay, okay pa naman. Akala ko nawalan ng internet connection. Okay. So yung trace elements na ina-analyze namin ay yung lead, cadmium, and mercury. And yung micronutrients, since bago pa lang yung section namin, na dumating ako sa high precision, nasa method validation pa lang kami ng zinc, calcium, and magnesium. So ina-analyze namin yung trace elements nutrients gamit ang inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometer. So bago namin i-introduce yung sample doon, ay dumadaan muna sa acid digestion. So automatic naman yung mga sampler kapag nasa industry na kayo, ilalagay nyo lang sa sample rack and automatic na siya na i-introduce sa instrument. So since meron naman yata kayong analytical chemistry subject, medyo familiar kayo sa ICP-MS. So yung ICP-MS ay dinedetect niya yung almost all elements in the periodic table in microgram and nanogram levels. So simultaneous ang pag-analyze niya. So sa isang analysis, pwede niyong makuha yung series ng elements na kailangan niyong i-analyze. So yung ICP-MS ay gumagamit siya ng high temperature para ma-ionize yung elements at ma-detect nung detector nila. So next ay, since ang na-analyze namin ay lead, alam natin na ang lead ay toxic. Kahit na konting amount lang niya sa dugo natin ay poisonous na siya. And it is harmful to everyone and it damages your brain, kidneys, liver, blood, reproductive system. And yung mga bata, sila yung most vulnerable. Saan ba nila nakukuha yung lead? Kasi may mga paint tayo na lead-based siya. So yung mga bata, mahilig nilang isubo yung mga laruan nila. Tapos yung laruan nila ay mayroon palang paint na lead-based. So kaya sila ay yung vulnerable sa lead poisoning. Tapos, nakukuha din yung lead sa mga batteries. Kaya yung mga adults na nagtatrabaho sa battery company, ayun, meron din silang, naka-experience din sila ng lead poisoning. And yung exposure nila sa lead increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. In pregnant women, lead exposure damages many organs but also affects the developing fetus. So, nakalagay din dito, walang safe level of lead exposure. Yung lead din, pwede din niyang palitan yung iron natin sa dugo. Kaya nagkakos din siya ng anemia. So, yung next naman, sino sa inyo dito yung nag-i-smoke? So, yun. Yung cadmium kasi, so yung cadmium kasi, ang source niya, common source niya ay yung tabako. And yung cadmium poisoning ay wala siyang gamot. Yung lead pala ay may treatment siya through chelation. Pero itong cadmium, wala siyang treatment. So kapag na-inhale niyo siya, yung mga symptoms niya ay chest pain, coughing, shortness of breath, pulmonary edema, blood clots. When ingested, yung mga symptoms niya ay nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and cramping. At saka yung tenesmus. So yung source din niya, meron din tayong mga paint na merong lead. So next, may tanong ako sa inyo. Ang elemental mercury ba ay toxic? Mercury in its elemental form, toxic ba yon? May idea ba kayo? So yung elemental mercury is relatively non-toxic. Ang toxic dito ay yung mercury in ionized form, like yung Hg2+. Kaya siya nagiging toxic, or yung pag meron ng bioconversion yung mercury, like yung methyl mercury na kadalasang nakukuha natin sa mga seafoods, fishes, yun. So yung mga source ng mercury natin, kapag na-contaminate din yung mga yung mga soil natin galing sa mga industry, doon nakukuha yung mercury poisoning. Tapos meron ding mercury yung mga dental amalgam natin, yung mga silver filler na nilalagay sa ngipin natin. Kaya yung mga dentist sometimes nakaka-experience sila ng mercury poisoning. So yung health effects niya, mercury deteriorates nervous system, impairs hearing, speech, vision, and gait, causes involuntary muscle movements, corrodes skin and mucous membrane, causes chewing and swallowing to become difficult. So wala ding cure sa mercury poisoning. Ang best way to treat mercury poisoning is to stop your exposure to the metal. Kung alam nyo na yung mercury ay nakukuha nyo sa mga fishes, medyo i-avoid natin yung pagkain ng mga seafoods. So yung high precision diagnostics ay nagpa-participate din sa external quality assurance services by US Department of Health and Human Services Centers for Disease Controls. So para magkaroon kami ng confidence sa paglalabas ng mga patient test result at para ma-assess na rin namin yung performance ng aming laboratory. So bibigyan kami dito ng sample, unknown concentration of sample, tapos halos lahat ng laboratory all around the world ay magpa-participate, and then ilalabas namin kung anong resulta namin. Wala yung sample na binibigay namin, wala talaga siyang known concentration. Magbe-base lang sa concentration, yung mean concentration na ibibigay ng mga laboratories. So aside from external quality assurance services, so ina-assess din namin yung quality ng aming test result by running certified reference materials. Yung certified reference material, may known value na siya. So doon ma-assess na namin kung tama ba yung analysis namin. And yung isa pa ay gumagamit din kami ng standard addition method. Doon sa chemistry nyo, yung pag nag-i-spike kayo ng known concentration doon sa sample nyo, tapos titingnan nyo kung alan yung percent recovery, kung natatandaan nyo pa yung sa analytical chemistry. So lahat ng natututunan nyo sa college, ma-apply nyo sa trabaho nyo. Doon nyo ma-appreciate na mahalaga pala yung mga tinuturo sa inyo yung college. Napaka-importante nun. Even yung mga natututunan nyo sa FICE, ma-apply nyo sa college. Kapag nagkaroon kayo ng problema sa trabaho nyo, sabihin nyo, nagkaroon kami ng problema kasi based doon sa napag-aralan namin sa college, ganito yan. Kaya nagkaroon ng problema. Kaya lahat na yun, lahat ng natutunan nyo, pilitin nyo na i-apply pag nasa industry na kayo. Makakatulong yun sa inyo para din magkaroon kayo ng confidence sa pagtatrabaho. So, ikwento ko lang sa inyo, since yung first job ko ay nasa Quezon City, doon ako nakatira sa tita ko. Doon siya sa our papa. Kung meron, di ba may bus, nakita nyo Baliwag na meron sa Grace Park, doon, malapit yun doon. So, dalawang sakay ako from our papa, sasakay ako ng jeep papuntang Blumentritt, tapos from Blumentritt, sakay ulit ako ng jeep papunta na sa high precision diagnostics. So, isang araw, nung pumapasok ako, habang naglalakad ako sa Blumentritt, may nag-text sa akin. So, yung nag-text sa akin ay HR ng Petron Corporation. So, doon na nag-start yung second job ko. Since bago ka, so mahilig ka sa mga bago. Kapag bago ka, madami kang gustong itry. So doon na start yung journey ko sa Petron Corporation. So yung Petron Corporation nakalagay dito ay largest oil refinery in the country. Pero ngayon, siya na lang ang oil refinery dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi nung pandemic, nagsara yung refinery sa Shell. Dahil nung pandemic, bumagsak lahat ng ekonomiya natin, world economy, nagsipagbagsakan. So nag-start ako sa Petron Corporation noong October 2016. Yung Petron Corporation has a combined refining capacity of nearly 270,000 barrels per day, producing a full range of premium fuels and petrochemicals to fuel the lives of Filipinos and Malaysians. Ang Petron Corporation ay may refinery din sa Malaysia. So ano ba ang primary role ko sa Petron? So yung task ko doon is the physicochemical analysis of raw material, process samples, final products, wastewater. Pag ba sinabi yung physicochemical, ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Physicochemical means physical and chemical analysis. So ano man pinagkaiba ng physical at chemical analysis? Physical properties, observe and measure without changing chemical identity of sample. Anong analysis ba ang example nun? So example nun is the color, density, boiling point, conductivity, and solubility. So on the other hand, chemical properties observed and measured as sample changes chemical identity. Meron ng changes sa chemical composition ng sample natin. And yung chemical analysis ay irreversible. Kapag dumaan na sa chemical analysis yung sample nyo, hindi na maibabalik ulit sa original composition yung sample. Kaya siya tinawag na chemical analysis, irreversible siya. So ang mga example nun ay yung analysis natin ng acidity, alkalinity, titration, and yung chromatography. So sa crude, ano bang analysis ang ginagawa namin? So yung tayo, since wala naman, yung Pilipinas, wala naman tayong deposit ng crude, nag-aangkat lang tayo sa ibang bansa. Ang ina-analyze namin sa crude ay, una, density. Kino-compare lang namin yung density na nakuha namin based sa binigay na certificate of analysis ng source namin. So next is the sediments and water. Yung sediments and water, ginagawa lang namin yun para ma-ensure na tama yung volume ng binili naming crude. Kasi baka mamaya, tinignan namin, for example, meron kami na 50 tons ng crude. Pero yung 50 tons ng crude pala na yun, puro sediments, 50% ng 50 tons ay puro sediments and water naman. Sediments and water lang pala. So, lugi naman yung Petron kapag ganun. Kaya tinetest din namin yung sediments and water. And also yung water content, may sediments and water na, tapos may another analysis pa ng water content. Yung water content naman ay using distillation. And also tinetest namin yung sulfur content. Bakit ba tinetest ang sulfur content sa crude? Kasi alam natin na yung sulfur ay very corrosive siya sa mga pipings. And yung sulfur, kapag pinrocess mo yung crude, nataas yung sulfur, nagpo-produce din siya ng unpleasant odor. So, mas mababang crude, mas okay. Tapos, for the process samples naman, meron kaming demineralized water, boiler water, steam samples, amines, caustic, and catalyst. So ano bang tinetest namin sa mga process sample? So sa mga tubig na sample, tinetest namin sila ng pH, alkalinity, conductivity, and hardness. So bakit kailangan ba ng pH? For example, sa mga boiler water natin, bakit kailangan i-test ang pH? Kasi yung pH, kapag mababa ang pH mo, yung mga acidic, nagkakos siya ng corrosion. So, dapat ilagay natin sa mataas na pH lagi yung mga boiler water sample nila. So, conductivity, kinukuha yon para yung conductivity kasi ay test siya para malaman mo kung may ions ba sa tubig mo. Mas mababang conductivity, ibig sabihin nun, malinis yung tubig mo, deionized na siya. And yun. Amines naman, ang amines ay ginagamit ng Petron para sa removal ng H2S. Since yung crude nga natin, namanggit natin na may sulfur siya, and yung sulfur ay corrosive siya, tas petroleum products tayo, isipin nyo na lang sa mga sasakyan merong sulfur, sisirain naman niya yung makina ng sasakyan nyo, i-corrode niya. So yan, amines is for the removal of H2S. And caustic, RSH naman siya, and H2S, removal of RSH and H2S. So sa caustic, kapag may delivery kami ng caustic, chine-check namin kung tama ba yung concentration ng caustic na dineliver sa amin. So ano ba yung pang-test ng concentration ng caustic? Magamit kami dito ng titration, acid-base titration. Gamit kami ng HCl titrant. And next, yung catalyst. Kasi may mga units kami dito na para mapabilis yung reaction, gumagamit ng mga catalyst. And then, next naman ay yung mga final products. Ang mga final products ng Petron, makikita nyo sa yung mga products ng Petron ay LPG, polypropylene, gasoline, fuels, kerosene, diesel, and yung mga petrochemicals like benzene, toluene, and methylene. So sa LPG, composition yung tinetest namin doon. Yung liquefied petroleum gas natin ay composed siya ng mga propane, mostly propane and butane. So gumagamit kami dito ng gas chromatography para sa composition ng LPG. And next is yung polypropylene. Ito ay raw material sa plastic natin. Tapos gasoline, lahat naman kayo familiar dyan. Medyo maraming test yan sa gasoline. So yung una, check namin yung appearance ng gasoline. Baka mamaya merong tubig dun sa gasoline natin. Ang gasoline at saka tubig ay not miscible. Immiscible sila. So yun. Bakit bawal yung tubig sa gasoline? Yung tubig sa gasoline, pag nilagay nyo yan sa sasakyan nyo, nagkakos din yan ng corrosion. And hindi siya nagko-combust. Alam natin na yung mas mataas ang boiling point ng tubig kaysa sa mga hydrocarbons natin. And dahil meron din sa required din ng ating government yung sulfur content ng gasoline, nire-regulate nila yan, kaya meron tayong mga Euro 4, kung familiar kayo, kapag bumibili kayo ng gasoline, parang sinasabi nila Euro 4 standard yon. Yung Euro 4, sinasabi lang doon kung ilang concentration ng sulfur ang meron sa gasoline nyo. Mas konting sulfur, mas okay, mas malinis yung gasoline. Tapos, next naman ay jet fuel. Since yung jet fuels ay ginagamit sa ating mga airplane at alam naman natin at high temperature, iba yung atmosphere natin, iba yung magiging composition ng fuels natin at elevated area. So yun, tinetest namin kung magpi-freeze ba yung jet fuel natin. Tinetest point, and yung density. Density kasi, tinetest lahat. Laging may test ng density lahat ng mga petroleum products. Kasi yung density, parang siya yung nagbibigay din kung tama ba yung composition ng gasoline natin, ng jet fuel, kerosene, diesel. Merong specific na density yung bawat petroleum products natin. And yung isa pa, ay dinidistill namin yan. Kasi iba-iba yung distillation, iba-iba yung mga boiling points ng mga petroleum products. Malalaman mo na kerosene yung product mo kapag ganun yung boiling point niya. And yung other product ay yung benzene, toluene, and methylene. So lahat yon ay gas chromatography. Sinasalang namin sa gas chromatography. And then next ay yung wastewater. Yung wastewater, ay tinetest namin ng pH, TSS, dissolved oxygen, H2S. Meron tayong standard for wastewater, Dow 20, bago na ngayon dati ay Dow 2016-08. May sinet yung government natin na mga limits para sa ating wastewater. So, i-share ko lang nung nag-apply ako sa Petron, isa sa mga tinanong sa akin, since alam nila na medyo fresh graduate pa lang ako, tinanong nila sa akin kung ano daw ba kung ilan daw bang molarity ng mga concentrated sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, and sodium hydroxide. Since nasa college pa kayo, familiar pa ba kayo kung ilang molarity ng mga acids na yon and bases? So, yun. Tapos, tinanong din sa akin kung ano ang other, di ba, alam natin na hydrocarbons ay can be classified as alkane, alkenes, alkynes, or aromatics. So, nung nasa Petron ako, iba ang term nila doon. Yung alkanes, ang term nila doon ay paraffins. Yung alkenes ay olefins. Ang mga cycloalkane natin, ang term nila ay naphthens. Ganun yung mga terminology doon. And yun yung mga tinetest namin. Tinetest namin yung paraffins, olefins, naphthens ng gasoline. Kasi yung mga gasoline, may mga different cuts lang siya. May mga carbon, lahat ng petroleum products ay naka-classify sa dami ng carbon compounds. So, sa next slide, makikita natin yun. Ay, wala pa pala sa next. So, yung crude natin ay dumadaan sa process na distillation, fractional distillation. All know na yung crude natin ay mixture siya ng hydrocarbons, so gumagamit tayo ng distillation to separate this crude into broad categories of its component hydrocarbons or fraction. Crude oil is first heated and then put into a distillation column known as a still. So ito yan, may mga still tayo yung mga arrow na yan, parang siya yung nagre-represent ng mga still sa distillation setup natin. So, hinihit natin and alam natin na iba-iba yung boiling point ng mga components sa crude natin. So, at low temperature, yung unang aangat sa distillation natin ay yung mga lighter molecular weight compounds like yung mga butane and lighter products. So, less than 85 degree Fahrenheit, ang madidistill mo doon ay mga butane and lighter products. Habang tumataas, susunod ang next ay gasoline blending components, then next naphtha, and yung matitira na lang ay yung mga heavier high boiling point. So, dito sa slide na to, makikita nyo kung ano yung mga component ng mga petroleum products natin. Kapag LPG, ang sa LPG, kinocompose siya ng mga C1 to C4 carbon compounds. Mga naphtha, C5 to C8, heavy virgin naphtha, C8 to C12, kerosene, C12 to C30, diesel or light gas oil, C30 to C50+, heavy gas oil, masyadong mahabang carbon compounds na siya, C30 to C50+. So, yung basic na process sa crude refining ay tatlo lang: separation, conversion, at saka treating. Yung separation, yun yung crude distillation unit natin, yung pagse-separate ng different components ng crude natin. Yung mga mabababang boiling point, yun yung napupunta sa taas, tapos yung may matataas na boiling point, yun yung naiiwan sa bottom. So, nabanggit ko kanina na meron kaming mga petrochemical. So, yung petrochemicals namin ay kinukuha sa heavy virgin naphtha. Yung heavy virgin naphtha ay dumadaan ng continuous catalytic reformer unit para ma-convert siya into benzene, toluene, and xylene. Sa benzene, toluene, para ma-separate mo siya, gumagamit kami ng extraction using solvent. Tapos yung sa crude distillation, yung distillation unit natin ay dalawa. Merong atmospheric distillation and vacuum distillation unit. Yung mga makukuha mong bottom sa crude distillation ay pwede mo siyang i-process sa vacuum distillation unit para magkaroon ka pa ng mga products na high value. Like yung bottoms mo heavy gas oil, may convert mo pa siya into gasoline, diesel. So yun. So makikita nyo may intermediate dito. Intermediate sila kasi kailangan pa nilang dumaan ng process para matanggal yung ibang mga contaminants sa kanya. Like yung kerosene kasi natin kapag doon sa crude distillation unit natin ay composed pa siya ng mataas na sulfur. So doon na pumapasok yung treating natin. So, para matanggal yung sulfur dun sa kerosene natin, ay dumadaan siya ng Merox unit. Ang tawag sa mataas na sulfur ng kerosene ay SAR kerosene. Tapos, kapag natanggal na yung sulfur, natawag na siya na sweetened kerosene. Tapos, ganun din sa diesel natin, pag intermediate pa lang siya, mataas pa yung sulfur compound niya. Tapos, dumadaan siya ng desulfurization by subjecting it to 370 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 60 bars para matanggal yung H2S niya. Yung balikan ko yung kerosene, yung pagtanggal ng H2S sa kerosene ay gumagamit tayo ng caustic soda. Yung sasabi ko sa inyo, caustic soda yung ginagamit para matanggal yung H2S sa kerosene natin. And also yung mercaptans. So guys, noong taong 2019, nagkaroon na naman ng problema ang ating ekonomiya. Doon nag-start na bumagsak yung refinery. Worldwide siya. Bumagsak yung refinery dahil may na-discover yung mga US na shale oil. So dumami yung nagpo-produce ng mga petroleum products. Tapos yung European countries, lumipat pa sila sa mga electric vehicles kasi sabi nila para mas yung carbon emissions, nag-convert sila into electric vehicles. So doon na nag-start na bumagsak yung petroleum industry. So dahil medyo maswerte tayo noong taong 2019, may nag-message sa akin sa LinkedIn na kung interesado daw ba ako kasi kailangan daw ng laboratory chemist sa Mauban, Quezon, sa power plant sa Mauban, Quezon. Sobrang swerte talaga natin kasi sa mga times na ganun, laging may dumarating na bagong opportunity. So, noong August 2019, nag-start ako sa Pearl Energy Philippines Operating Incorporated. Ang Pearl Energy Philippines Operating Incorporated ay operator ng Quezon Power Philippines Limited Corporation and San Buenaventura Power Limited Corporation. Ang Quezon Power Plant is 460 megawatt net coal-fired power facility in Mauban, Quezon, delivering electricity to the Luzon grid since the start of its commercial operations in May 2000. And yung San Buenaventura naman is a 500 megawatt power plant. Siya yung first coal power plant sa Pilipinas to utilize the state-of-the-art supercritical technology proven to increase operational efficiencies and significantly reduce emission. So kami yung pioneer ng supercritical power plant dito sa Pilipinas. So yung operation ng coal power plant, nung nag-start ako sa coal power plant, so yung isa kong katrabaho, diniscuss niya sa akin paano ba yung operation ng coal power plant. So nirelate niya sa akin na yung operation ng coal power plant ay parang sa kettle. Familiar ba kayo sa kettle? Baka di na kayo familiar kasi baka heater na yung mga nasa shower nyo. So yun yung kettle or yung takure. Sabi niya, ang operation daw ng coal power plant ay parang pagpapainit ng tubig sa kettle na ginagamitan ng pampaningas na coal. So paano, pinapainit mo yung tubig doon sa kettle para mag-produce ka ng steam, tapos yung steam na yon siya yung nagpapaikot sa turbina para i-convert niya into electricity. So kung mapapansin nyo, kapag nagpapainit kayo ng tubig sa kettle, paminsan merong napupunta sa bottom niya na mga scales. So kapag madumi yung tubig nyo, magkakaroon tayo ng scales or deposits doon sa kettle. So kaya kami, yun yung isa sa task namin, i-demineralize yung tubig para pag i-feed namin siya sa system namin, maiwasan yung deposits. So yung task ko doon ay, unahin muna natin sa coal analysis. So sa coal analysis, yung mga ina-analyze namin doon ay percent moisture, percent ash, percent volatile matter. So, gumagamit kami ng thermogravimetric analysis to measure the percent moisture, percent ash, and volatile matter. Thermogravimetric analysis is a method of thermal analysis in which the mass of a sample is measured over time as the temperature changes. So, yung isa pa namin ina-analyze sa coal ay yung calorific value. Yung calorific value measures the heating ability of a coal and is needed to estimate the amount of coal needed to produce a desired amount of heat. So, sa calorific value, nakadepende kung ilang coal yung kailangan namin para mapatakbo yung planta. And yung other ay yung sulfur content. Tinetest din yun. Mababang sulfur content, mas okay. So, meron tayong tatlong types ng coal. Yung three types ng coal natin ay yung lignite, bituminous, coal, and anthracite. Yung anthracite, yung highest quality coal, and it has a carbon content of more than 90% of the highest calorific value. So, yun, during interview din, tinanong sa akin noon kung ano yung mga types ng coal. So, nung in-interview ako sa Pearl Energy, akala ko prepared na ako. Hindi pa pala. Kasi doon sa Petron ay nakalimit lang, nandun lang kami sa loob ng laboratory. And pagdating dito sa Pearl Energy, kaya pala ganun yung mga tanong ay hindi lang pala kami laboratory works, meron din kaming work sa field. So next naman ay yung checking the quality of water coming in and out in our plant facility. Lahat ng tubig na pumapasok at lumalabas sa planta ay ina-analyze namin, monitor namin. So yung source namin ng tubig, since yung planta namin ay malapit sa dagat, so ang source namin ay seawater. So sinabi ko nga, yung seawater, hindi natin siya pwedeng i-feed sa power, sa natin, sa unit. Kasi 'di ba sa kettle, kapag nagpainit kayo, mapapansin niyo may napo-form na scales doon sa bottom ng kettle. And yun ay mayroong adverse effects doon sa operation ng planta. So yung from seawater, kailangan namin siyang i-demineralize. So meron kaming pumapasok muna siya sa aming mga desalination plant. Yung desalination plant namin, yung isa ay gumagamit ng evaporator technology at yung isa ay reverse osmosis. Pag reverse osmosis, familiar naman kayo kung paano yon, operation ng reverse osmosis. Yung isa naming desalination plant ay gumagamit ng evaporator. Yung principle naman doon ay ipapainit mo yung tubig. Tapos magpaproduce siya ng steam, tapos yung steam na yun yung i-collect namin, i-condense namin, and tinatawag namin yun na distillate product. Sa desalination plant namin, ang tubig ay nagbo-boil at 80 degrees Celsius. So, ano ba yun? Yung 80 degrees Celsius ba ay maibo-boil ba yung tubig natin doon? Possible ba yun? Ang boiling point ng tubig natin at atmospheric pressure ay 100 degrees Celsius. Pero possible yon kapag under vacuum. Yan. So, ganun ang principle ng desalination plant namin na gumagamit ng evaporator technology. So, after namin magkaroon ng mga distillate product, since hindi pa siya may mga ions pa na naiiwan doon, dumadaan pa siya ng mga demineralizer. So, yung demineralizer namin ay gumagamit ng resins, anion and cation resins. Sila yung nagka-capture ng mga ions na natira doon sa distillate product namin. Then, after nun, tawag na namin doon ay demineralized water. Yun na yung pinifeed namin doon sa planta natin, sa planta namin. So, yun. So, after niyang i-feed sa plant, yung operation ng power plant, yung steam na napoproduce namin ay nire-recover din namin siya. Pero dahil hindi naman 100 efficient yung wala namang 100 efficient na system, meron ding mga tubig na natatapon sa unit. So, yun. Parang yung planta ay paikot-ikot lang siya, naka-cycle. So, dun sa pagdating naman na sa unit natin, may demineralized water na kami, i-feed na yun sa boilers natin. Tapos kami yung nagtrabaho ng chemist na i-maintain yung tamang treatment dun sa boiler. Meron kaming mga standards na sinusunod. Yung pH, dapat nasa tama, tapos dissolve oxygen. So, yung sa dissolve oxygen dun sa planta, ang ating power plant, para matanggal ang dissolved oxygen, may dalawang techniques dyan, mechanical and chemical. So, sa mechanical, yung planta ay mayroong tinatawag na deaerator. Yung deaerator ay isang vessel. Ang niya ay to remove dissolved oxygen in our feed water system. So, dun sa chemistry, ma-apply nyo yon. Meron, kung familiar kayo sa Henry's Law at saka Charles Law, yun ay principle ng deaerator. Sa Henry's Law, ano ba sinasabi sa Henry's Law? Yung solubility daw ng liquid is directly proportional to partial pressure. So, if we tend to decrease the partial pressure of the dissolved gases by adding steam in the deaerator, its solubility decreases and also the gas is far away from water. So, yung kailangan nating i-decrease yung partial pressure ng dissolved gases para bumaba din yung solubility ng dissolved oxygen dun sa tubig natin para mapababa natin yung mga DO. Tapos meron ding chemical, gumagamit tayo ng mga oxygen scavenger para ma-remove yung dissolved oxygen. So, yung next, na ipasok natin yung tubig sa planta, syempre meron ding mga lumalabas. Yun yung tinatawag na natin na waste. So, kami din yung responsible sa treatment ng mga waste ng planta. And also, pati nga yung mga ginagamit na potable water from the distillate product, yun din yung ginagamit namin na potable water. Tinitreat lang namin siya, nilalagyan ng calcium chloride for the hardness and sodium hypochlorite para ma-ensure natin na ma-eliminate yung mga bacteria doon sa tubig. So, yun yung wastewater, kami yung nagtitreat na yung galing sa plant facility natin, tapos yung galing sa mga village natin, yung mga nasa standard limit, yung mga dinidischarge namin sa dagat. So, ano bang effect nun kung hindi papasa yung mga parameters ng wastewater natin. So, yung mga tinetest namin sa wastewater ay yung mga pH, TSS, ammonia, and phosphate. So, yung pH, dapat pag dinispose natin siya doon sa dagat, same din siya sa pH ng seawater natin. Kasi baka pag naiba yung environment ng tubig natin, baka yung mga aquatic organisms nun manibago, mamatay. So, dapat medyo kalapit siya ng pH ng seawater natin. Tapos yung isa pa ay yung total TSS, total suspended solids. So ano ba total suspended solids? So yung pag mataas yung total suspended solids mo, meron siyang mga biological components na iiwan sa tubig mo. May mga particulates or organic matters. Yung organic matters natin, alam natin na nagko-consume siya ng oxygen. So, yung oxygen na dapat na mapupunta sa mga isda, sa mga lamang dagat, ay kinakapture ng organic matters na yon. So, nagkakaroon ng oxygen depletion. So, kapag nagkaroon ng oxygen depletion, harmful siya sa aquatic organisms natin. And then yung next naman ay yung ammonia and phosphate. Yung ammonia and phosphate ay nutrients sila. Kapag dinispose natin sa dagat, yung may mga matataas na ammonia and phosphate, magkakaroon tayo ng eutrophication. So yung eutrophication ay yun yung pagdami ng mga algae sa dagat natin. So ano bang effect nun? So parang katulad din sa oxygen depletion, since alam natin yung mga halaman ay nagko-consume ng oxygen for their reproduction, so yun din, imbes na yung oxygen ay makapture ng mga fish natin, ay napupunta sa mga algae. So, ito yung mga activities na ginagawa namin sa planta. So, sinasabi ko sa inyo, hindi lang kami nakalimit sa laboratory. Meron din kaming mga work sa field. And mas maganda na malaman nyo kung anong nangyayari sa process. Para mas ma-appreciate nyo yung mga testing na ginagawa nyo sa laboratory. Baka sabihin nyo, pini-pH namin to kasi nakalagay na kailangang i-pH, ganito yung limit sa pH, so dapat ilagay namin sa pH na yun. Hindi nyo alam kung ano yung impact kapag bumagsak yung pH ng samples nyo. So, kaya mas parang na-appreciate ko yung trabaho ko dito kaysa dun sa mga nakaraang trabaho ko kasi doon nakalimit lang kami sa laboratory. Hindi namin alam kung saan kinuha yung mga samples, hindi namin alam kung ano yung impact nun dun sa process. Dito makikita namin yung seawater. Yung sa seawater pa lang, tinitreat na namin siya ng chlorine. Bakit ba namin siya tinitreat ng chlorine? Para mamatay yung mga marine organisms sa seawater. Kasi kapag hinayaan namin na walang chlorine yung seawater natin, pwedeng magkaroon ng marine growth doon sa system namin. Kapag nagkaroon ng marine growth, masyadong makapal na marine growth, pwede niyang i-block yung tubig na pumapasok doon sa mga pipings namin. And also, yung seawater din kasi ginagamit din namin siya na cooling sa condenser namin. Di ba nasabi ko na yung operation ng planta ay paikot-ikot, yung steam ay nire-recover namin. So, para ma-recover yung steam, kailangan palamigin siya, kailangan i-condense siya. So, para ma-condense siya, cooling na ginagamit namin ay yung seawater. So, etong picture sa ibaba at saka dito sa right side, ito yung condenser namin. Yung condenser ay physically separated naman siya dun sa steam. Kasi syempre, pag may contact sila, mako-contaminate yung tubig natin na ipipid sa boiler. Diba yung iniiwasan natin? Dapat malinis yung tubig na ipipid sa boiler natin para maiwasan yung mga deposits or scales, formation ng scales. So, dito sa nakikita nyo to, yung sa may flashlight, ito ay anode, sacrificial anode. So, ano bang purpose ng sacrificial anode? So, gumagamit tayo ng sacrificial anode para siya yung unang ma-consume kapag mag-corrosion, hindi magko-corrode yung pipings natin, mako-consume lang ay yung anodes. So, mape-prevent niya yung corrosion ng ating mga piping. So, dito, sa ibang spec namin, kung tama ba yung chlorine injection namin sa seawater. So, malinis naman yung system, walang mga marine growth treatment. And kapag yung mga inspection na to ay ginagawa during plant outages. May role yung mga chemists namin during plant outages. I-check namin yung mga equipment na kami yung nagtitreat. And kapag nakita nyo na okay yung and masarap sa pakiramdam na makita na tama yung mga treatment na ginagawa namin. So yung dalawa sa taas, ito naman yung boiler drum inspection na ginawa namin since kami din yung nagtitreat nung boiler water system. Tinitingnan namin yung corrosion na nangyari doon sa system namin. And during plant outages, kumukuha kami ng mga expat na consultant para sila yung mag-evaluate kung tama ba yung water chemistry na ginagawa namin. And according sa evaluation nila ay maganda daw yung treatment na ginagawa ng laboratory doon sa system namin. And eto, sa next slide, dito papakita kung ano ba dapat ang behavior nyo pagdating sa trabaho. So, dapat sa technical competence, doon makikita yung effectiveness ng employee doon sa knowledge nila sa job at kung paano nila gawin yung assignment nila. So, next, character. Para sa akin, ito yung pinakamahalaga. Dapat yung interaction nyo sa kapwa-empleyado nyo, sa mga boss nyo, ay maganda. Dapat meron tayong magandang work ethics. Kasi sabi din sa amin ng boss namin, kapag mag-hire siya ng isang empleyado, mas doon siya nagbabase sa behavior ng isang tao, kung kaya ba niyang maka-adapt sa work culture ng group. Baka mamaya hindi naman pala niya kayang mag-adapt kahit na sobrang galing niya, hindi pa rin siya applicable doon sa trabaho na yon. So, dapat considerate kayo, and isa din sa mga natutunan ko, para mas maging effective yung interaction mo sa isang tao, dapat ma-accept mo na lahat ng tao ay iba-iba. I-accept mo yung differences. Hindi mo siya katulad. Baka mamaya sabihin mo, kasi ako ganito, dapat ganun din siya. Hindi ganon. Hindi magiging effective hindi ka magiging effective na tao kung hindi mo kayang tanggapin yung differences ng bawat isa. And yung approach, next is yung approach to work. So, paano mo ba ginagawa yung trabaho mo? Kung nagagawa mo ba in a safety manner? Next, quantity of work. Kung kaya mo bang gawin yung nire-require na amount of work na nasa job description mo, or kaya mo bang gawin yung trabaho mo lagi on time. And then, yung leadership skill, ito naman, kung manager na kayo, kung kaya nyo bang i-train or i-develop yung inyong staff. And kung magka-problema man yung mga empleyado na under sa inyo, kaya nyo bang i-handle yung problema nila. So, yun yun. So, i-end ko yung talk ko sa slide na to. So, gusto ko sanang hingin yung suporta nyo since nabanggit na nag-aaral ako ng aking Master of Environment and Natural Resources Management. Isa sa mga requirement namin ay yung webinar na to. So, kailangan naming i-promote. Dito nakalagay ay #MakeClimate a Conversation. So, isa sa mga major issue, global issue nga to yung climate change. So, dapat pag-usapan natin, hindi siya masyado napapag-usapan kapag tungkol sa environment. Pero alam naman natin na human and environment are interconnected. Kailangan tayo ng environment. And kailangan din natin yung environment para mamuhay tayo. Since sa mga past job ko, saan ba kami kumukuha ng resources? Yung crude, sa petroleum. Yung crude ay galing yun sa environment. Yung coal na pinifeed namin sa power plant ay galing yun sa environment. So, kailangan ma-utilize natin yung paggamit ng ating mga resources. So, dito sa webinar, na to, i-discuss yung mga madi-discuss yung mga solution na pwede natin gawin sa ating environment para maiwasan yung climate change. So sana suportahan nyo ako, mag-register kayo. Dito, ipopost ko na lang doon sa group ng BS Chemistry and pwede nyong i-share sa mga kakilala nyo. And yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you po, Miss Pauline. So now we are accepting questions for our open forum.
Siguro, before we read their questions, I would just like to share something na nag-struck sa akin sa mga sinabi ni Ma'am, that when we enter the workplace, we should have these qualities na we should be technically competent, yung character natin, approach to work, quality of work, leadership skills. At isa pa sa pinaka-nagustuhan ko sinabi ni Ma'am sabi niya, dala ng pagsusumikap ko, nakagraduate ako with flying colors. And ako, personally, kahit tanggalin na natin yung flying colors sa equation. Gusto ko mag-graduate. Ayan. And guys, we are now accepting questions.
Yes.
If you
And
have
you
any
can open.
questions, yeah.
You can open your you can raise your hand, and we will recognize you to speak if you have any questions. So you can send it to us. So Abby, meron bang nag-send sa'yo ng questions?
Right, we have a question here, Ma'am, for Ma'am Pauline. Hello po. Ang question po is, what is the most enjoyable thing about your work?
Hello. Yung pinaka na-enjoy ko sa work ko ay yung mga work ko doon sa field. Kasi doon, mas naintindihan ko kung ano ba yung importance ng mga laboratory works na ginagawa ko. Mas ma-appreciate mo yung trabaho mo kapag naintindihan mo kung ano yung ginagawa mo. So, yun.
I hope Ma'am Pauline has answered your question. Raj, how about you?
Okay, so may nag-send ng question. Ang question po is, has someone ever criticized your chemistry work? And how did you handle the situation?
So, yung mga ganong bagay, hindi yun may iwasan sa trabaho. Ang daming magagaling sa trabaho. Talaga. Pero, dapat kaya mo lang i-handle yung sarili mo, hindi ka magpapakita nung mga pagkagalit during kapag may mga arguments kayo. And yun lang, yung ano mo doon, yung weapons mo doon ay yung mga knowledge na nakuha mo sa mga past experiences nyo, sa mga ganong mga bagay.
Thank you po.
I think Ma'am Narita is raising her hand. Hello, Ma'am. Ano po ang question?
I would like to thank Ms. Polina for the activity and also commend the CHEMS to organizers and congratulations on a successful event. My question for Ma'am Polina is that, so even though we have maganda talaga yung job opportunity in petroleum company. Balita ko nga ng 12 to 10 no? So it's very encouraging for our graduating students to really explore the petroleum industry. However, ang downside kasi nung job is health issues. We have many opportunities for trainings abroad. Yun yung mga perks of working in the petroleum company because of the high-end instrument that they have. So you can even go to Australia, Germany, Singapore for instrument training. However, how about the health issues in working in a laboratory? Sabi kasi nila they get immune na daw with the smell of hexane and other like the metal ether. So what is your plan about in health issue regarding the health issues in working in petroleum company? Yun lang, thank you po.
So, tama nga po yun. Kasi sa petroleum company, ang daming mga organic solvents doon na mayroong adverse effects sa ating mga kalusugan. Like yung mga benzene, yun ay nagkakos ng cancer. So, pero gumagamit naman kami doon ng mga personal protective equipment. Like we use a mask with double cartridge filter para yung mga solvents ay hindi namin ma-inhale. So, kailangan mo lang maging maingat. Kompleto naman kami sa mga PPEs, yung may mga chemicals kami na pwede for organic solvents, pwede sa mga acids. So, yun lang po. Kailangan mag-ingat and gamitin ng maayos yung PPE.
My follow-up question is that for today, it's a long-term effect kasi eh. So even if you intend to work, my next question is, do you intend to work for another 20 years in the same company, or if yung ngayon lang kasi ang ganda talaga ng salary niya offer eh. So as a graduate of CLS, would you mind to share something about your plans in the next 10 years? Or you would just stay as a chemist in a petroleum company, or ano ba yung magiging shift so that we could inspire our students. Kasi ako nag-work din ako sa laboratory, but sinawaan din ako sa lab because of the health issues. Even if you have a complete PPEs, you get to talaga think about it later on. So how about you, ma'am? What is your plan for the next 10 years? Thank you.
So actually, wala po akong balak na umalis sa... Actually, ngayon nasa power plant po ako eh. Mas, compared sa petroleum, mas safe siya. Kasi dito, tubig lang yung ina-analyze namin, and yung sa coal, yung, diba sa coal, sinasabi nila na nagkakaroon ka ng black lung disease doon sa coal. So, sa ngayon, wala pa akong plano na lumipat, and nag-e-enjoy pa ako sa work ko sa power plant. Marami pa akong mga bagay na gustong matutunan, and yun. Iniisip ko yung career ko na nandun pa din.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations po.
Right, thank you po, Ma'am Nerissa and Ma'am Pauline, for that conversation na talagang may natutunan po ang ating mga audiences. And now we also have a question from YouTube, from Krista De La Rosa. Good afternoon po. Will Petron accept chemistry graduates who graduated online with no or little laboratory experience? Thank you po.
Yung Petron, basta registered chemist ka, binibigyan ka naman nila ng chance. So kung kung pumasa ka doon sa interview sessions sila, series of interviews yon, so makakapasok ka doon sa Petron.
Thank you, ma'am. Raj, meron pa bang question?
Meron pa dito. Actually, marami siya, pero I think this will be the last question na babanggitin natin. Which is, what do you consider as the greatest weakness when applying in this industry?
Greatest weakness?
Yes po.
Sa tingin ko, yung greatest weakness ay kapag masyado kayong concerned about your health, kapag meron kayong mga health conditions. Kasi ang mga tinatanggap sa ganong industry, medyo strict sila sa medical. So, dapat physically fit kayo. So, yun naman. And kapag medyo dapat din magaling kayong mag-adapt sa environment kasi fast-paced yung mga petroleum industry, power industry, lahat manufacturing. Fast-paced sila. Kapag mabagal ka, may iwan ka.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Reminder to, Rog, na nang kailangan nating matulog ng kompleto ang oras.
Hala!
Which is hard to do though.
Hala!
Thank you po, Ma'am Pauline, for answering the questions of our audiences and for sharing your journey with us.
Yes po.
I think at this point, medyo i-halt muna natin yung ating discussions para naman bigyan kayo ng icebreaker.
We will present also muna yung certificate of our speaker to thank her. So, we present this certificate of appreciation. Central Luzon State University, together with the University Gender and Development Office, CLSU Chemical Society, and BS Chemistry Student Council, we present to you the Certificate of Appreciation that is awarded to Ms. Pauline Bianca Alfonso for imparting her knowledge and valuable experiences during the Women of Science, the second part of career webinar series ChemScientia, A Talk About Journey, held on the 26th day of March 2022 and at the Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. Signed by Ms. Precious Chisa T. Lozano, the President of CLSU Chemical Society, Geoffrey U. Patungan, the President of CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council, and the Advisor of CLSU Chemical Society, Dr. Riddell L. Gutierrez, and lastly, the Advisor of CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council, Mr. Shiel Felicissimo S. Cabrera. So, ayan. Thank you po, ma'am. So, I think we would like to take this opportunity po para mag-take po ng photo opportunity with you. So, ayun po. Let's open our cameras. Ayan. So, para po makapag-take tayo ng photo.
Pakita natin ang ating mga beautiful and handsome faces. Ayan, let's wait for the others to turn on their cameras.
So, bibilang na lang po si Ethan. Ngumiti lang po kayo kasi po. Yeah.
One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three.
Yan, okay na ba? Yan. Thank you, Ethan. Ulitin ko po, ma'am. Thank you po for sharing your journey with us. Ito totoo na. Sorry, kanina. Excited mag-icebreaker si ate mo. Ayan, we will have our icebreaker for today's event.
So, sana na-empowered kayo at maging competitive
Yeah.
sa ating icebreaker. So, I think
That comes with competitiveness.
yeah, magparally muna tayo sa ating chat box. Mag-send po kayo ng emojis para po sa mga tao na nandito sa ating webinar sa Zoom. So, mag-send po kayo ng emojis para malaman namin na nandito pa kayo sa amin. Kasama pa namin kayo.
Sa feeling namin.
Sa totoo lang.
Ayan. Gising pa sila, Rog, kahit na siesta time. And keep them coming, guys. Oh, ano to? Nagla-live. Keep them coming. Alright. Our game for today is entitled Guess the Female Scientist Photo Edition.
So for our directions, number 1 is pictures and information about the female scientist will be shown in the screen. And then number 2, players will try to guess who is the scientist in the picture. And number 3, first to comment the right answer will win 50 pesos. So, enjoy po tayong lahat. So, sana manalo tayo ng 50 pesos.
Also, I would like to say na meron tayong participants here sa Zoom and YouTube, diba? So, we prepared something para sa inyo. Sa inyong lahat, we have 5 questions for the Zoom participant and 5 questions naman din for the YouTube participant. So, ready na ba kayo, guys? Make sure lang na yung names nyo ay ma-track namin ha. After this, para makuha nyo yung tumataginting na prize.
Yeah, so kapag sasagot kayo, i-include niyo yung name and your school. Kasi baka hindi namin alam kung saan kayo nanggaling.
Yeah, alright. First off, we have for the international scientists. So, ano na, ready na. Number 1 na agad. With question number 1, she is a Polish scientist studied at the Sorbonne, where she became the head of the physics lab. She and her husband jointly won the Nobel Prize in 1903. So the choices are A. Marie Curie, B. Elizabeth Blackwell, and C. Jane Goodall. And
Parang mabibilis sila. Kilala nila to.
ako tapos nagbasa, meron na silang answer.
Oo nga. Parang nasa spill ko to kanina.
True.
Parang
Meron
nasa
ka ng
spill ko
ano
to
kanina. Meron ka ng spoiler alert.
Sure.
Alright, I think we have marami nang nagsagot sa ating Zoom chat box. We can now reveal the answer. The answer is A. Marie Curie.
Yan. She's glowing talaga, no? Recently glowing.
Medyo ba sakit sa uling joke?
Okay. Number 2. Question number 2. She is the most famous primate scientist in history, and she was renowned for her work with chimpanzees and as the champion of animal rights. So A, we have Marie Curie, B, we have Elizabeth Blackwell, and C, we have Jane Goodall. So, sino kaya siya?
I have to admit though, hindi ko siya kilala. Siguro meron tayong assignment after this.
Yeah.
After this, mag-research tayo ng mga women in science.
Yes, para mabigyan sila ng recognition. Kasi for sure they have fought.
Guys, answer pa kayo. 3 pa lang yung nakikita ko nagsasagot. Malay nyo mali yan.
Oo nga, malay nyo mali.
Malay nyo reincarnated Marie Curie.
Oo, ate.
Ay, nako. And, so guys, now we can, pwede na siguro i-reveal natin yung sagot.
So for the answer, we have C, Jane Goodall. Okay.
And proceed na tayo for question number 3. She is a trailblazing modern scientist who studies dark matter, including studying dark stars in the universe, something that has never been observed by a human. Interesting. A. Macy Jemison, B. Jennifer Doudna, and C. Catherine Fries. Wow. Women are pioneering things, Raj.
Oo nga. Nakakatuwang isipin.
Yeah.
And malaman.
Right, guys? Kindly send in your answers. Ayan, may mga nagsagot na. Reveal the answer for item number 3. The answer is Catherine Fries.
Yeah. For the fourth question, so she's one of the most culturally significant scientists studying today who helped develop the CRISPR, the genetic engineering method that would allow for designer babies. So A, we have Macy Jemison. B, we have Jennifer Doudna. And C, we have Catherine Fries. So, sino kaya siya?
Who are ya? Meron ng flashback sa biochem natin sa CRISPR.
Wag naman.
Very big.
Yeah. All
Ayan.
coming back to me now.
Mukhang, ayan, marami nagsasagot sa ating chat box.
Yarn. So, answer reveal na siguro. So, the answer is Jennifer Doudna. Yun.
Alright, we are now down to the last question para sa ating Zoom participants. Gamitin na natin ang ating keyboard
Warrior
warrior
skills.
competence. All right, for the fifth question, her book, Silent Spring, warned of the dangers of pesticides and chemicals to humans, plants, and animals, and was a landmark in the nation's environmental history. Choices are A. Rachel Carson, B. Maria Joprit Mayer, C. Sarah Seeger. Grabe, Rog, yung mga scientists, hindi lang sila basta researchers, hindi lang sila nasa lab, they also write books, author din sila.
Yeah. Ang hirap paging author. Sana mga peer reviewers
Shout
natin
out po
dyan.
sa mga peer reviewers. Be kind to our authors para hindi sila ma-frustrate masyado.
Opo yan. parang
Ayan, marami nag-answer.
yeah.
I think it's now time to reveal the answer. For question number 5, the answer is Rachel Carson, letter A. Ayan guys, congrats.
Congrats sa mga nanalo.
And of course, syempre, pupunta tayo sa local. We support local, right?
Yes. And this is for our YouTube participants naman. So,
Yeah,
baka bigla tayong mabawasan dito sa Zoom. Alam na namin kung saan kayo pumunta.
I will monitor the participant number. Tingnan natin. Mag-hop in sila sa YouTube. Or ayan, I guess we can start now. Guys, para sa mga YouTube participant, these questions are for you.
Yeah. So, first, scientists, we have... So, she wrote the very first authoritative text on Philippine insects and also discovered 8 species and 1 subgenus of Hymenoptera or wasps. So A, we have Dr. Encarnacion Alzona. B, we have Claire Baltazar. And C, we have Jalia Castillo. So, sino kaya ang Filipino scientist na ito?
Rog, do you like to have those suffix on your names? On your name? Kasi ako,
Oo.
yes.
Yes. Pero parang ang kakayanin na lang ng energy ko ngayon is parang Rogen per Lucas, RIP muna. Parang RIP na lang talaga. Medyo nakakamatay ang pagiging college. Pero for sure, we will overcome kasi we are women. Not just women, di ba?
We are empowered women.
Yes. So,
Ayan,
kumusta?
let's check nga sa ating YouTube. Or yung mga facilitators natin kindly inform us kung febs na ang kanilang mga sagot.
We are not streaming.
Hindi kaya ng internet.
Guys, okay na ba sa ating YouTube?
And the answer is Miss
So the answer is C.
Claire Baltazar. Okay, let's now move on to the second item. Her research of toxic peptides led to the biochemical characterization of over 50 peptides in conus genome, as well as the utilization of monotoxins to examine the human brain. Choices are A. Delia Castillo, B. Mercedes Concepcion, and C. Lourdes Cruz. Parang nire-remind sa akin nitong female scientist na to, natapusin ko na yung review article ko, Rog. Wait lang po!
Grabe. Ito na nga po eh. Ano kaya yan?
Alright, let's give the YouTube participants time na mag-answer kasi merong latency yung pag-stream nitong Zoom sa YouTube.
So yeah.
Give the YouTube participants time na mag-answer kasi merong Right? I think we can now reveal the answer for item number 2. The answer is Lourdes Cruz.
So next, her research on mutagens, anti-mutagens, bioorganic mechanisms, and chemical education produced over 50 scientific articles. So, A, we have Dr. Fedel Mundo. B, we have Dr. Clara Lynn Silianco. And C, we have Luz Oliveros Galardo. So,
Grabe yung 50 scientific articles.
kaya nga. Parang isa pa lang hindi
To
na.
carry sa lifetime.
Oo. 2 lifetime ang kailangan.
Actually, pwede din magsagot yung ating mga nandito for ano lang, for fun. Kahit wala ng prize.
Oo nga. Kilala niyo ba?
Kilala niyo ba si Madam?
Madam.
Okay, I think we can now reveal the answer for item number 3. The answer is Clara Lim Silianco.
Parang kakilala ko yung mga nagsasagot sa ating YouTube channel.
Tune in ka ba doon?
Oo. Try kong tingnan.
Ayan. Fourth item. Ano na yung nandyan? And for the fourth item, Raj,
Okay. Her lifelong dedication to the chemistry of natural products focused on extracting essential oils and other chemicals from native flora, which have been used for pharmaceutical purposes, food production, and scents. So A, we have Dr. Fedel Mundo. Letter B, we have Clara Lim Silianco. And C, we have Dr. Luz Oliveros Velardo. So, sino sila?
parang nag-iba yung emotion mo nung nabasa mo yung essential oils.
Oo, sir. Mga tita dito, mga bumibili ng essential oils para sa ating mental health.
For peace.
Oo. Mga gumagamit siya ng scented candles. Mga nag-aromatherapy. Welcome po kayo dito.
We're all in this together. And we can now reveal the answer. Item number 4.
For the answer, we have Luz Oliveros Galardo.
Okay. We have now come to the last item para sa ating YouTube participants. Okay. The question, the statement is, a leader in the field of agricultural sciences, she focused her efforts on studying the genetic systems of native plants. She has been noted for pioneering the instruction of genetics and has even been called Mother Cell. Choices are A. Dolores Ramirez, B. Perla Santos Ocampo, C. Carmen Velasquez. Siya yung Mima ng Mima ng cells, yan.
Oo, siya ang Mima ng cells.
Cell.
Mga nakshi niya.
Mga nakshi. Okay. Meron na ba? Carry na?
Grabe, no? We are now pioneering. Hindi na lang tayo sunod-sunod lang sa ating patriarchal society.
It's because of the women before us.
Yes. So, we have to give recognition to these people kasi they are amazing and so powerful. Abante babae.
Okay. Let's now reveal the answer sa ating last question for yan. The answer is Dolores Ramirez. And congratulations, everyone. So, let me read yung mga nanalo for the Zoom edition kindly message our page, yung CLSU Chemical Society, sila Noel Lawang, Joseph Gamaliel, sorry kung mispronounce yung names niya, Joseph Gamaliel Hadi, Adrian Jose Cartero, Robert Araliaga, and Eliona May Olhero. Yan. Sa YouTube ay walay pang update.
Oo nga. Pakisend na guys, sino ang mga nanalo. At sana hindi sila galing dito sa Zoom.
Yeah, ano na lang, siguro isend na lang ng facilitators natin dito sa chat box yung winners sa YouTube. So the winners can
Ayan, meron na.
message para malaman nila. Ayan, meron na.
So I will read kung sino na ang nanalo. So for our YouTube winners, we have number 1, Christine Dalit. Number 2, we have Melaine Limbag. Number 3, we have Nero Calileo. And then number 4, we have Melaine Imbag again. And number 5, we have Daisy Reunion.
Congrats, guys.
Oo, talagang kumota si Melaine yung araw na to.
Classmate natin yan. Love
Kumota
it.
siya.
Ayan. Thank you guys for joining at sana nag-enjoy tayo and kung hindi natin kilala yung mga pinasent natin kasi kami din hindi. May assignment tayo. Okay. We will now go back sa ating program proper. At this point, ayan, I'm going to introduce another speaker. She is also an alumna of Central Luzon State University with a degree in chemistry in 2015. On the same year, she became an instructor of college at her alma mater, taught and supervised laboratory tests in organic chemistry, analytic chemistry, and general chemistry. She later on ventured to the research field and became the science research specialist of Department of Science and Technology, Cordillera Administrative Region, Regional Standards Testing Laboratory. And currently, she is the science research specialist to the technical manager of the same institution. Her expertise include compliance to statutory and regulatory requirements, particularly ISO 17025, DOH, FDA, DENREMB, RA 10657, PNP, and PIDEA. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, a woman, a registered chemist of the Philippines, Miss Aubrey Rose Abergas Gabriel. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Can I be heard?
Yes po, ate.
Okay. Clear naman yung audio ko?
Medyo,
May pagka-garble po.
Okay. How about now? Better ba? Or same?
Medyo same po.
Alright. Sige, for a while lang.
Siguro while waiting, mag-interview tayo ulit. Sino ba ang mga familiar names? Or not so familiar names?
Sino nga ba?
May ka ba dyan, Rog? Habang inaayos ni Miss
Parang gusto kong
Aubrey.
tawagin yung natin, kapatid natin. Christine May. Are you
Medyo
in the meeting? Ay,
Ayan, Christine May. Miss Christine May.
Hi po. Ang ganda niyo naman po.
So,
thank you. Ayan, so, ano naman yung takeaways mo kanina from our first speaker and your, siguro kahit konting, lang, ano yung expectation naman for our second speaker?
Siguro yung naging takeaways ko. May paganto. Yun, dapat dapat pala yung mga tinuturo dito ay sa school, dapat lahat yung tatandaan kasi hindi mo alam kung anong industry ka mapupunta. Tapos dapat yun flexible. And yung expectation ko naman dito kay mom, I'm excited ako na syempre pagkagaling doon sa industry tapos pupunta tayo sa government naman na part. Yun, I'm curious din ako.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, I hope na we'll stay curious para, ano yung sabi nila, kapag alam natin kung ano yung kailangan, kung alam natin na we are weak sa certain part of aspect, we will know kung saan tayo gagaling. And
yeah, we will know to improve.
Yeah. So, Ate Aubrey, Sir Green.
Hi, hello. How about now? Better ba or same?
That's
Better
okay.
na?
Yes.
Alright, sige. Hi, again, so good afternoon to everyone. Kamusta kayo?
Okay pa naman po.
Okay pa naman. Alright, so may I please request all the participants to turn on their cameras? Kasi nabalitaan ko lahat daw nang magte-turn on ng cam ay gagraduate din on time. Okay, so patingin naman ng mga faces ng gagraduate on time. O di ba ang bilis nilang mag-on?
Ang bibilis.
O di ba? So patingin. So we have Miss Krista, we also have Miss Juliana, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Florencio, ayan. We also have from other schools pala, no? Okay, and sige, hintayin natin yung ibang mag-turn on ng camera kasi iisa-isahin ko yung mga hindi naka-turn on ng cam. Magre-recite ng periodic table. Alright, so we also have pala from TSU, I saw Miss JZ. Hi, good afternoon. Ayan, we have also from BU. Ano bang BU? Bulacan?
Bicol University.
Sorry, Bicol. All the way from Bicol. Hi, Miss Krista Bianca. O, di ba? Ang dami pala natin sa room. Pero kanina, host lang yung naka-turn on ng camera. So, again, welcome. So, parang ako pa yung nag-welcome, no? Alright, so, for today, okay, kung gising na pa kayo lahat, alright, so, kung gising na ang lahat, and please type naman, no, number 1 sa chat box natin. Okay, please type 1 sa chat box kung gising na tayong lahat. Ayan, ang dami palang gising. Alright, so now the reason why I wanted all of you to turn on your cameras is because every time na mag-Zoom meeting kayo, no, always be prepared, always be presentable. Huwag kayong nagtatago sa camera. Okay? Because if that will be your attitude, no, every time you will be left behind. Okay? So it's very, very important for you to, speak up and go in front. Okay? So later as I present my slides, no, I hope na you will keep those cameras turned on. Maaasahan ko ba yun? Kindly chat in number 2 sa chat box kung magre-retain kayo ng cameras. Parang ang hina nung dumadating sa chat box. Ayan. Alright, so thank you very much for that. And now, kindly allow me to share my screen. Alright. Okay, for a while lang. Okay, so clear naman yung screen ko or okay na? Kita lahat? Or merong floating na panel?
Okay naman po, ma'am.
Alright, sige. So, ayan. Okay, so again, kita na ulit?
Yes po.
Alright, so nakikita ko sa side panel ko kung sino yung mga naka-turn on and off ng camera. So, kindly maintain those. Alright, so again, good afternoon to everyone, and thank you very much for that very generous introduction kanina. No? Again, so I am Miss Aubrey Rose A. Gabriel. I'm a registered chemist, and currently, I am the technical manager of the DOST-CAR Chemical Laboratory. Okay, so I'm 26 years old and panganay ako sa family of 4 siblings. Puro kami babae. Okay? Minsan nga napagkakamalang anak ko yung bunso kasi may bunso pa kami na na junior high. All right? And also, as explained din kanina, I'm also the head of our drinking water laboratory as well as the environmental laboratory. All right? And I'm a graduate of CLSU BS Chem last 2015. And today na very empowering din yung pagkakataon today for me kasi I also served as the former president of the CLSO Chemical Society for AY 2014 to 2015. Kaya 'di ba dati kasi we were the ones organizing this kinds of event pero pero for face to face. So now I get to be the one speaking naman. So again, thank you very much for the invite. Okay? And as you can see sa baba, sa may blue lines, nakalagay dyan, I am an ISO IEC 7025 approved signatory. So ito, and all the other signatories dito, kasama si DOH, kasama si FDA, as well as DENR EMB, pati na rin si PNP and PDEA authorized signatory. So, I underwent several hours of training kasi ang tinitingnan dito yung competence mo of handling the actual testing inside the chemical laboratory. Okay, so kapag kasi accredited ka or approved signatory ka for this kinds of accreditation ng mga accreditation bodies and regulatory bodies, it means that you have met their minimum requirements, okay? Hindi lang siya basta competence, pati rin yung knowledge mo on the overall quality management system of the laboratory. Anyone ba familiar with the QMS or ISO 17025? Meron na bang nakakaalam sa ating participants? Meron ba? Ipa-Gcash daw, sabi ng host. May nakakaalam? Alright, sige. So, wala pa? Oh, sorry. May nag-chat. Oh, opo. So, si Mr. Florencio. So, can you please unmute yourself and kindly share naman kung ano yung general knowledge mo when in terms to QMS and ISO 17025?
Ay, ang alam ko lang po, ma'am, parang certification po siya sa may certification po siya sa may international standards po. And parang kailangan po siya sa mga testing laboratories and also may parang specific ISO na standard din po about sa mga sa mga parang pharmaceuticals and industry po ganun.
Yes, actually tama ka, Mr. Florencio, but instead na certification siya, it's actually accreditation. Okay, so if you are an ISO IEC 17025 accredited laboratory, it means na lahat ng nire-release mong results are at par with the other laboratories sa ibang bansa na ISO 17025 accredited din. Okay, so ibig sabihin, internationally acclaimed or recognized yung testing na nilalabas mo sa lab. Okay? Kaya it's very, very vital, especially dun sa mga MSMEs natin, na local MSMEs natin that would want to have their products exported sa ibang bansa. Okay? And of course, ito namang DOH, did you know that the Department of Health is actually monitoring and regulating yung mga drinking water testing? Specifically, yung pang drinking water or yung sa mga water refilling stations natin. This is actually required dun sa standards ni DOH, specifically the Philippines National Standards for Drinking Water. So naglabas sila ng bagong AO last 2017. So ano naman to, this is actually the requirement para yung lahat ng nilalabas ng water refilling station, malinis microbiologically, and okay siya chemically. Alright, so kung kayo, bumibili kayo sa mga water refilling stations, it won't hurt naman no, to ask yung mga refilling stations kung meron ba silang certification ng analysis from a DOH accredited laboratory. Okay? So for micro, they are required talaga to have their water tested at least once a month. Okay? Dapat pasado yon, no? Pag potable water. And then for chemical testing naman, nire-require sila ni DOH ng twice a year testing. So si PNSTW 2017 din, meron din siyang mga acceptable ranges dun sa mga water natin, whether be it purified, alkaline, mineral. Alright? So next time, bibili kayo ng tubig, try nyo magtanong ng results. If wala silang mailabas, it means na hindi sila nagpapatest and you have no assurance na malinis yung iniinom yung tubig. Alright? Okay. And then moving on, I am also an FDA-approved signatory. So under the Food and Drug Administration, ano naman to? Actually, same sila ng checklist of requirements ni ISO 17025. Okay? So dun talaga din siya nagbe-base. And si FDA naman, since food and drugs to, they are focused in monitoring yung mga test parameters natin sa food testing. Okay, so here in CAR kasi, in the Cordillera, pinakauso dito yung mga vegetable chips and wines, tapos we also have coffee. Alright, so si FDA, meron siyang specific parameters for our food products before we can actually sell it out to the market. Alright, so hindi porket, for example, na gusto mong maging business owner, alright? Gusto mong magluto, gusto mong gawa ng chips out of what? Siguro banana peel. Alright, so before you can actually sell it out to market, you have to undergo several testings, both micro and chemical testing. Tapos you have to apply it for license to operate pa with the FDA. Okay, so kami, being a testing laboratory, accredited by the FDA, once na nagpa-test sila sa amin, our results are being acknowledged then by the FDA. Alright, so kumbaga, ganun siya nag-work. Alright, and then of course, I also placed there that I am a recognized signatory of the DNR-EMB. Ano naman si EMB? Just like kanina with Ms. Pauline, I also analyzed wastewater samples. Alright? Specifically, medyo limited lang yung wastewater testing namin. No? So, limited lang kami sa TSS, total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, pH, temperature, and oil and grease. Okay? So, ngayon naman, si DNR-EMB naman, paano naman yung recognition niya? No? So, ikaw, if you will apply, you have to be at least 2 years na on analyzing water testings, specifically environmental samples, mga spring, mga raw water, mga deep well, tunnel water. Okay? And then, same then, they will go here. Tapos, ang gagawin nila, they will check your competency. Tapos, titingnan din nila yung actual performance mo sa laboratory. Okay? Kasi overall yung tinitingnan kapag you are applying for signatory. And then once you meet those requirements, you will be given this recognition. Okay, so ibig sabihin din, if EMB recognized ka, you can certify, you can sign the reports, and the DNR-EMB will acknowledge those reports na nirelease mo. Kasi yung mga requirements EMB, if you are not an EMB recognized lab or approved signatory, hindi nila i-entertain yung mga results. Alright? Okay, and then up next naman, I also placed there that I am a PNP and PDEA authorized, authorized signatory. So ano naman to, no? Being a PDEA and PNP authorized signatory, ito na yung isa sa pinaka-tedious din na ginagawa natin sa laboratory or kumbaga pinaka-delikado din na ginagawa sa laboratory. Bakit? Because if you fail to comply with their requirements, ang magiging result nito is revocation ng license ng PNP and PDEA, tapos pwedeng ipasara yung agency, tapos pwede ring makulong yung head of the agency, and as well as yung authorized signatory mismo, which is me. Okay? So, eto, kaya kami may ganitong license and permits is because we have precursors and explosives sa laboratory. Right? So, kumbaga, precursors lang naman siya sa, sa explosive. Tapos, we also have kasi yung mga acids then are being regulated by the PDEA, yung mga precursor naman sa drug making. Right? So I hope clear yung overview natin. So if clear na yung overview, kindly type in number 3 sa chat box. Let me see. Ayan. Thank you very much for your number 3s. Ayan. So very active naman pala ang ating participants. All right? So moving forward. Ayan. So let's now go to my work experiences then, no? So I would also share, no, kung paano ba ako napunta dito sa DOST kasi it's a very tawag dito, kumbaga memorable experience din for me. Alright? So as said kanina, I worked as a part-time instructor in CLSU. Alright? So kung mapapansin niyo, August 2015, kakagraduate kasi namin April. And then, syempre, hindi naman kami mayaman. So, wala ka ng allowance from your parents. Tapos, syempre, ando na rin yung para nahihiya ka na, no, na humingi pa ng allowance because technically, you're already a graduate. Okay? So, while reviewing for boards, with my 2 friends then, we've decided to apply as part-time instructor then while reviewing for boards kasi ang boards is September 2015 din. Okay, but you know what? Maganda experience siya kasi ang pagtuturo din is very rewarding experience din. But also at the same time, medyo nakakapagod lang, no, kapag nag-check ka ng mga papers. Siguro may mga nakaka-relate, may mga student assistant ba dito? Okay, so ang struggle ko lang dyan, actually namin, since nagturo kami, no, kapag dating mo kasi sa hapon, pagod ka na and actually wala ka ng lakas, no, para mag-review for board exam. So if you really want to pursue muna talaga reviewing sa board exam, I highly suggest you focus in reviewing muna sa board exam. Okay? Kung kaya pa naman ng budget. Alright? Kasi sayang, mas okay na isang hirapan na lang, no, yung board exam. Alright? So now, bago matapos kasi 2 semesters lang ako nagturo sa CLSU. So bago matapos, actually patapos na pala nun. No? Bigla akong kinoment or tinag ng former student ko sa Facebook. Alright? So, ngayon, ang kwento dyan, that was actually a post sa DOST Say Scholar Group. Tapos, sinabi may hiring daw sa DOST CAR kasi I'm also a DOST Say Scholar. Tapos, unang isip ko sa kanya, ang layo-layo naman. Baguio, La Trinidad, Benguet. Hindi naman ako nagpupunta ng Baguio ng hindi dahil sa educational tour ng college, ng high school. Hindi naman kami pumupunta rito for excursion purposes lang ng family. So, hesitant ako. But you know what? Days after the deadline, sabi ko sa sarili ko, well, wala namang mawawala. And matatapos na rin naman yung pagtuturo ko. Might as well try lang to apply. So, nagsend ako na application letter. Pero kasi actually, ang goal ko noon, ang gusto ko talaga is to be in industries. Diba? So, ang gusto ko noon, gusto ko pumasok sa Procter & Gamble, gusto ko sa Unilever, gusto ko sa San Miguel, sa Petron. But you know what? Minsan talaga, iba-iba yung fate eh. Sabi ko nga kanina, chinat ako nung friend ko, no? Taguan sa pangalan na Arglin. Friend, ano naman sa share ko doon? Sabi ko sa kanya. Tapos sabi din niya, oo nga hindi mo naman kasi masabi where will fate lead you talaga. Diba? So, oo nga friend, sige, basta magpe-present na lang ako, sabi ko sa kanya. So, ang bottom line doon, diba, kahit gusto ko na sa San Miguel, sa Petron ako pumunta, kumbaga parang dinala ko ni Lord sa DOST. Alright? So, nakakatawa doon. Nag-start kasi ako with DOST June 13, 2016. You know what? June 10? Yes, June 10, Friday yon. Tumawag yung HR. Ang sabi, hired na ako. Kasi phone interview lang lahat. Tapos, Saturday, wala akong choice kasi ang start daw is Monday. So, umakit ako ng Baguio. Umakit kami ng Baguio. Naghanap ng boarding house. Umuwi. Tapos, Sunday din, June 12, umakyat, mag-isa na lang din ako. Naiwan ako kasi I have to start work tomorrow morning. Okay, so ganun kaswabe yung naging phase ko ng paglipat from CLSU to DOST car. So somehow, pag nag-iisip ako, baka it's meant to be talaga na nandito ako. Kasi wala talagang wala talagang humadlang sa processes. Alright? And then, while I'm here, syempre, ang aga-aga ko nga noon, 7 a.m. nandito na ako. 8 o'clock ko pala ang start ng pasok sa government. Alright? But anyways, when I was an SRA, project-based to, tapos contract of service siya. So, yung contract niya is 6 months siya, yung duration. Alright? So, 3 months with the OST, na-promote ako as Science Research Specialist 1. And dito, very, very intense kasi yung naging training namin. Kasi ang goal ng immediate supervisor ko noon is maging approved signatory talaga. Kanina napakita ko sa inyo, di ba, kung ano-ano yung mga klase ng accreditations and recognitions na dapat approved signatory. Alright? So, intense training. Nag-start ako, water and wastewater. Tapos after 6 months talaga, I shifted to food testing naman and wines. Tapos with UST car kasi, we are actually receiving and doing around 10,000 tests per year dito. Ano naman yon? For the 3 laboratories, microchem and metrology, regional metrology laboratory. Alright? So ang bottom line, very intense training talaga. Pati yung mga processes of the accreditation, inaral talaga namin, and lalong-lalo na yung ISO 17025. And now, since, naaral ko na, 1 year akong SRS1. And happy naman ako noon kasi mataas na yung sahod noon. Imagine, 2016, ang pasahod na yata ng S1, around parang 27 na yata, no, if I'm not mistaken. So, hindi naman to brag, no, pero kasi, if you are to be a chemist, ganun talaga yung swelduhan dapat. Okay? And wala akong masyadong experience yan. Starting pa lang ako niyan. Alright? And then now, since spontaneous nga yung mga nangyayari sa akin sa sa work experience ko and sa career path ko, here comes another opportunity. You know what? My immediate supervisor has been promoted to be a provincial director sa Kalinga. Alright? So, nabakante talaga yung position na SRS2. Right? And ako noon, being at 21 years old pa lang, wala talaga akong balak na mag-apply sa S2. Okay? Bakit? Again, nasabi ko kanina, hindi talaga yun yung plano ko. I wanted to venture out sa industries. Alright? And yung mga office mate ko, pinipilit ako mag-apply kasi sinasabi ka nila, Aubrey, permanent na yan, S2 yan, might as well try and apply. And andito ka na sa loob, alam mo na paano yung ginagawa. Right? Pero kahit anong pilit nila talaga, hindi talaga ako nila mapilit na mag-apply. Alright? Tapos, and ang nangyari kasi noon, deadline ng application submission. Doon lang ulit ako nag-apply. Alright? So parang medyo medyo napilit pa ako na mag-apply. Alright? So ang nangyari, I applied. Tapos, I underwent interviews, series of interviews. And then, eventually, ako din yung napili. Alright? Pero alam nyo ba, up to the last minute na mag-oath taking na, ay ayaw kong pumunta. Okay? Bakit ayaw ko pumunta? Kasi sabi ko, if I accepted that responsibility, paano yung mangyayari sa akin? Baka mamaya magstay ako dito for how many years? Baka mamaya hindi ko kayanin. Baka mamaya papahiya lang ako kasi I'm still so young and kapag kabata ka, ang tendency kasi walang naniniwala sa'yo. Diba? Nakaka-relate pa kayo? Walang naniniwala sa'yo, tapos feeling mo, your skills aren't enough yet. Okay? So, pati yung pag oath taking, napilit pa din ako pumunta. And, I showed up and took an oath to be an SRS2 at 21 years old, no? Tapos, grabe, as in, sobrang hirap, lalo na yung first month ko of being an SRS2. Bakit? Because ang dami kong dapat patunayan. Alright? Yung sinundan ko na chemist has been a chemist for how many years? 16, 17 years. Tapos here comes ako, papapasok with 1 year of experience. Alright? Dami kong kailangan aralin. There was a time, nagkukulong ako sa chemical storage lab. Chemical storage room namin. Kasi I am so exhausted and I am so pressured. Alright? Kasi grabe yung accreditations that I need to maintain. Iniisip ko before, papaano na lang kapag nawala yung mga accreditations, recognitions, ano na lang sasabihin nila sa akin. Alright? And meron time na muntik na talaga ako mag-quit, muntik na ako mag-resign. Pero, si Lord talaga minsan gumagawa siya ng mga bagay in mysterious ways, no? So parang one time, there comes the wisdom na siguro para sa akin to, and wala namang masama if I will try anyway. We all start from nothing naman, di ba? Hindi mo naman talaga alam yung mga ginagawa mo when you're starting. Alright? So that's when I decided to actually learn and study how to be an SRS2, how to man the lab, how to head the laboratory, how to monitor the overall performance of the lab. Alright, so since then, ako kinoconsider ko pa rin sarili ko as a trainee up until now. Kasi lalo na if you are being monitored by accreditation bodies, nag-iiba-iba kasi from time to time yung requirements nila. Kumbaga, yung mga tao, feeling ko nga mas nagiging matalino. Dati hindi naman nila ito chine-check. Ngayon, chine-check na nila. Alright, so yun yung kwento, yun yung nangyari, paano ka napunta dito. Alright, so moving forward lang. Ayan, so here in DUSTCAR, RSTL, so dito kasi sa RSTL, we are the only laboratory of DOST sa Cordillera. Alright, and ako being assigned to check the overall supervision of the laboratory din, no? From sample acceptance, dapat okay yung lahat or nagko-comply yung mga samples na dinadala sa laboratory. Kasi meron siyang mga contract, di ba, upon submission. Tapos, I also have to monitor yung pag-process mismo, yung analysis mismo sa laboratory, pati yung pag-compute ng mga results and yung pag-release ng reports, no? And it only gets harder kasi aside from monitoring yung pag-analyze and pag-report, we also have to be compliant din sa mga method verification, method validation, and development. Kasi we follow internationally acclaimed or international standards for water and food testing, right? So now, aside from that, we also have to comply with the QA/QC requirements, and kailangan din, no, required din kasi na sumali tayo sa mga proficiency testing rounds as required the ISO 17025, right? So yun, both local and international sumasali tayo sa ERA Waters, sumasali rin tayo sa mga DUSF NRI PT rounds. Alright, so kailangan syempre pasado kasi yung PT testing din, it's one of the evidences na compliant yung laboratory mo na at par talaga yung results na nilalabas ng laboratory mo compared sa others. Alright? And nabanggit ko kanina, syempre we aim to help, no, our MSMEs, especially dito sa Cordillera, in terms of science, technology, and innovation. Sabi nga na ating secretary ni SFTP, Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña, ang ating hashtag is Science for the People. So we are very focused in bringing science dun sa mga, especially dun sa mga far-flung areas, no? So yun yung binibigay natin ng mga technology assistance as well as yung mga assistance din sa mismong testings. Alright? So ngayon, sino-sino ba yung mga nagiging clients namin and ano-ano ba talaga yung mga nagiging analysis namin dito? Alright? So for food, yun nga, yung mga micro, small, and medium enterprises natin, mga MSMEs, and also, actually, more on, yung mga MSMEs kasi na nagpo-produce ng mga chips, let's say, or coffee, alright, sila din actually yung mga tinutulungan natin na private individuals para lumago yung business nila. Alright? So yun naman yung ginagawa ng technology assessment team namin. Tinitingnan nila yung mga lapses, no, kung ano ba yung maitutulong nila sa local MSME. Tapos, after nila mag-produce ng product, kami naman yung mag-analyze if okay ba yung pinoproduce nila. So you see, no, very holistic yung approach ng DUST when it comes to helping our fellow Cordillerans dito sa CAR. Alright? And nabanggit ko kanina din that we are analyzing yung mga drinking water testing natin. Alright? So hindi lang siya mga water refilling stations, pati rin actually mga water district. Tapos we also have clients from the different hospitals dito sa Cordillera. Diba? Meron din tayo from the clinical laboratories kasi required din, no, yung mga pang-dialysis water nila. Required din siya ipatest. Alright? And wastewater testing, ito na yung minsan may mga clients na from Toyota or yung mga ganong klase ng clients, alright? So yung mga nagpo-produce ng mga, kumbaga, very, very visible wastes sa water. Alright? Okay, so moving forward, gising pa ba kayo? Kindly type in sa chat number 4 kung gising pa. Ayan, so thank you very much sa mga nagtatype, sa mga gising pa. Ayan, okay, so to continue, alright, so kanina nga nasabi ko, no, kung ano-ano ba yung mga different statutory and regulatory requirements natin sa CAR. So ako kasi, being the technical manager, hindi na ako masyadong naglalab. Alright, so ang hawak ko na lang ngayon is heavy metal testing ng tubig and occasional tea products. Okay, bakit? Kasi kapag nag-analyze pa ako ng normal analysis, hindi ko nakakayanin. Okay, baka bumigay na ang ate nyo. Alright? So, kumbaga, for me naman, actually, okay din siya. For me, kasi ako, very strict ako and very, very maayos ako pagdating sa papeles. Yan. So, kumbaga, yung organizational skills, it's a plus din for me na actually nakuha ko din sa pagiging KEMSO. Kaya kapag may mga lapses yung mga ibang members natin, sinasabi ko talaga. Kasi very vocal ako pagdating sa ganyan. And yun, it actually helped me a lot to maintain yung job ko ngayon. Alright? So, focused ako actually sa pag-maintain yan. Kasi you know what? DENR EMB alone, ito yung pinaka-critical kasi ang bina-violate mo agad din sa kanya is the environmental law. Marami siyang RA. And you know what? Kapag naglabas si DENR ng notice of violations, parang nag-violate ka today, tomorrow may notice ka na agad. Okay? So if you don't comply, ang kapalit na ulit nun is the closure of the agency. Siyempre, lagot ka being the head kasi I'm also the pollution control officer. So, kumbaga, yung responsibility nasa akin din talaga. Alright? So, yung mga laboratory hoods kasi natin, kailangan din natin yan i-apply sa DNR-EMB. Specifically, permit to operate yung mga fume hoods natin. You know what? Pati yung mga septic tanks, meron din yung mga discharge permits. And also, if you have arsenic, tapos lead and mercury, kailangan din may chemical control order ka na ina-apply before you can actually purchase and before ka talaga mag-store ng mga ganong klaseng chemicals. Alright? So, ang dami niyang requirements. So, papeles pa lang talaga, medyo very tedious na. Right? And if I may also share dito sa RA 10657, I'm sure naman na you are also familiar na din with RA 10657. So if familiar na din, kindly type in nga sa chat kung ano or ano ba yung other term for the RA 10657. May nakakaalam ba? Yan, okay. Si Jeffrey. So, tama ka. This is RA 10657 is the chemistry law of the Philippines. So, actually, ano to? Holy grail natin tong mga chemists and mga future chemists kasi because of this law, na-took over na natin no, yung pagiging man or pagiging magiging men and women sa laboratory, no? So before kasi mostly sa lab mostly mga parang chemical engineers, no? So hindi ko naman sinasabi na wag silang pumasok sa laboratory, but it's actually the norm. Kapag ka manager sa lab, usually Chem-Eng kasi sila yung marami. Alright? So very, very helpful sa atin yung RA 10657, and since we are also a holder of the Certificate of Authority to Operate Chemical Laboratory. So yung CATO na yon, requirement yon for you to operate a chemical laboratory. Alright? If hindi ka CATO certified, ibig sabihin, you're violating RA 10657 agad. Okay? So, ang napansin ko, if I may also share din, no, ang RA 10657, it's actually focused, yung mga audits nila, focused sa safety ng chemists. They made sure you have enough PPEs. They made sure you have enough fume hoods. And they also make sure na yung hazard pays for chemists and chemical technicians are being paid by the agency. Okay, so really, really a plus factor. So isa kami sa mga unang na-awardan ng CATO. I believe our CATO number is 41. So we are the 41st chemical lab sa Pilipinas na may CATO. Alright, so yung iba dyan, nasabi ko naman na kanina. So I hope naaalala pa natin. Kasi you know what, pagdating din sa trabaho, yung mga ganyang overview, pwede nyo ring magamit Ano bang alam mo sa RA 10657? Ano bang alam mo sa accreditation ng DOH? Alright? Especially if you are to pursue a career in a testing laboratory. Okay? Alright, so moving forward, ayan, so, okay, so bitinin ko muna kayo, no? So, I believe naman since, pandemic tayo, I believe nami-miss nyo na ang mag-lab. Alright, so, I'll be showing you a little glimpse of our laboratory. So, ito yung official AVP namin. And, makita nyo rin dyan yung mga pinagsasabi ko kanina, no? So, andyan na lahat. Makita nyo kami dyan. And let me know kung naririnig nyo ba yung sounds. Sige, so ipa-play ko muna. May sounds?
Wala po.
Ha?
Wala pa po.
Wala pa. How about now? Wala pa siyang sounds?
Wala pa rin po.
Sige, mag-stop lang ako ng slides. Tapos, stop share ko muna. No? Para lang at least makita niyo din. Alright, wait lang for a while. Ayan, so let me share my screen. Okay. Hindi ko pala na-share sound kanina. Okay. May sounds? Meron na. Alright, sige. I'll try to present sa PowerPoint and let me know.
The Regional Standards and Testing Laboratory. Located at the Regional Office of the Department of Science and Technology, Cordillera Administrative Region in La Trinidad, Benguet. Established in 1998, the RSTL caters to the testing and calibration needs of the academe, local government units, private institutions, and individuals and stakeholders in the region and nearby provinces. These laboratory services are critical in the product development as well as quality assurance requirements of local micro, small, and medium enterprises. These are also proven vital to the public institutions and LGUs, particularly in addressing public welfare concerns and consumer protection. This service unit of the DOST-CAR is composed of 3 laboratories: chemical, microbiological, and regional metrology. Currently, all 3 laboratories have the following accreditations: ISO IEC 17025 version 2017 by the Philippine Accreditation Bureau. In addition, the chemical and microbiological laboratories are accredited as Water Testing Laboratory by the Department of Health, Food Testing Laboratory by the Food and Drug Administration, Environmental Testing Laboratory by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Environmental Management Bureau. Most of RSTL's customers are in the water business. DOST-CAR takes pride in having a water testing laboratory authorized by the DOH to conduct bacteriological, chemical, and physical analysis of drinking water. Further, the RSTL is the only laboratory in the region accredited by the Food and Drug Administration as a food testing laboratory, providing microbiological and chemical testing of food products and wines. This now includes shelf life testing of selected food products. The DENR has also recognized the RSTL as an environmental laboratory for physical, chemical, and microbiological analysis of wastewater. Likewise, it is compliant to various environmental permits being monitored by the DENR EMB. Regulatory requirements from the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency and the Philippine National Police are also strictly being followed by the RSTL. Further, the chemical laboratory holds a certificate to operate chemical laboratory for its compliance to RA 10657 or the Chemistry Law of the Philippines. The well-trained men and women of the RSTL continue to serve as beacons in enhancing the laboratory's operations and provide timely, accurate, and reliable services for customer satisfaction and confidence, especially in the countryside. With this wide range of analytical services and capabilities that the RSTL offers, DOST-CAR ensures that various stakeholders in the region are thoroughly supported through science, technology, and innovation for the benefit of the people.
Ayan. So, I hope you enjoyed the short video. So, may mga takeaways ba kayo sa video kanina? Ano bang mga naaalala niyo? So, kindly type in sa chat box. Meron bang mga naalala, takeaways? Or natulog na kanina? Ayan. So, meron ba? Okay, so wala. So I think very clear naman yung sa video kanina. All right? So thank you very much for watching. And now to continue my talk. So ayan. So these are the people behind DOST-CAR RSTL. Okay, so sa left side siguro some are familiar faces and with you. They are also with us before, no? So Ngayon, yung mga umaalis sa amin, no, they are being employed with San Miguel Brewery. Meron din mga napapermanent sa other departments. So very, very proud of them. And those people are actually the backbones, no, of maintaining yung safety ng water and food samples dito sa Cordillera. Alright? And sa may right side naman na photo, ito yung mga kasama ko ngayon sa chemical laboratory. So those are, so they are chemical engineers and also registered chemical technicians. Alright? So ako lang po ang chemist sa DOST CAR and lahat ng kasama ko ay chemtech. So it only means na sobrang dalang, sobrang konti lang natin. So kung nahihirapan ka ngayon, ituloy mo lang kasi wala kang masyadong ka-competition. Kapag ka may hiring, may opening sa katabing agency, kayo-kayo rin yung magkakalaban. Alright? Mga friends mo rin. So, ganyan kakonti ang BS Chem. Okay? So, moving forward, ano-ano ba yung other careers, no, na pwede nyong itry or kumbaga maging kayo sa government? So, again, like kami, no, you could be analytical chemists sa mga testing laboratories. So, pwede sa mga DOST kasi we have laboratories per region. Si DOH, malapit na rin magbukas yung water laboratory nila, regional water laboratory. Pwede ka rin sa FDA as testing lab. At pwede rin sa DA. They are focused sa mga dinadala sa abroad din ng mga gulay, mostly, no. Tapos, if you are, your heart is with research, you can also be a researcher sa mga research laboratories. Sa DOST, meron tayong sa central office, DOST FNRI. Pwede kayo dyan. And if gusto nyo naman magsarili or kaya you're in the government or let's say SUC laboratory, you can also apply for research grants. Pwede sa DOST Fisher, DOST Picard. And you could be one of the project leaders doon. Alright? And if gusto nyo naman, forensics, pwede rin kayo sa PDEA. Okay? If you want to be a forensic chemist and a uniformed personnel as well, go to PNP. Sinabi ko yan, dinagdag ko yan kasi sabi ng friend ko kanina, i-advertise ko daw ang PNP Crime Lab. Ayan, so kung nasaan ka man, friend, in-advertise ko na. Alright? And from being an analyst, you can also be a laboratory head. Pwede ka sa food testing, water lab, or even environmental laboratory. Sa case ko kasi lahat kinikater namin. So ako lahat yan. And also, pwede ka rin maging laboratory auditor. Okay? Kapag kasi you are an ISO 17025 approved signatory, pwede ka rin mag-apply sa PAB na maging third-party auditor nila. Okay? So, you will be paid professional fees kapag nag-audit ka ng other laboratories. Titingnan mo if they will also be compliant to ISO 17025. So, kumbaga, pwede mo rin yung gamitin as your extra income din pagdating ng panahon. Okay? Or, meron din ako kasing kilala at si LSU fellow din, no, na actually siya na yung head sa PAB. Alright? So, pwede rin yon. Wala ka sa laboratory, kung ayaw mo din na expose sa chemicals, pwede ka doon. Alright? And, moving forward, actually, sa career progression tips, kanina nga iniisip ko, ano bang masashare ko? Kasi, yung nangyari sa akin talaga, kumbaga unexpected and very spontaneous, diba? Nakwento ka naman kanina. But, to sum up lang, number 1, na tip ko is to seize every opportunity that comes along the way. Alright? So, imagine if I did not take the chance to apply here in the UST. Maybe wala ako sa harapan ninyo. I mean, for sure, wala ako dito. And yung mga learnings, knowledge na natutunan ko sa DOST, maybe wala ako nun. Maybe nasa different path ako ngayon. Alright? And kapag nabigyan ka ng opportunity na yon, always learn as much as you can. Alright? Sulitin mo kasi hindi mo alam kung darating pa ba yan kung may second chance ka pa. Okay? E paano pag di mo binigay yung 100% mo? Paano pag wala ng second chance? E di nasayang na. Okay? Hindi mo pwedeng i-justify na good luck na lang sa next life. Alright? Kasi every opportunity is unique. Okay? So you have to grasp. Kumbaga, you live in the moment and you always have to give your 100%. Alright? And ito, yung susunod, this is non-negotiable. Alright? You have to accept bigger responsibilities. Kasi this is the only opportunity for you to grow as individuals. Okay? Tanggapin mo kahit hindi mo pa alam. Kapag nandun ka na sa opportunity na yon, sa responsibility na yon, tsaka mo aralin. Okay? Kasi ang nature naman ng tao, especially us Filipinos, no, we can adapt to any kinds of situation. Alright? So, accept the responsibility and learn it along the way. Alright? And another thing is to make sure someone else's life is or have been better because of you. Alright? Kasi kapag ganito yung mindset mo in life, it will come back to you a million folds. Alright? And of course, in every kind of career or even studying, make sure to take breaks. No? So, take pauses. Pause lang ha. There's no quitting. Alright? Sabi nga no, ni Brad King, no, ni Sir King, kapag inaanto ka na at nagre-review ka, matulog ka. Okay? So, yun yung mantra namin during review sa boards. Pag pagod ka, inaanto ka, matulog ka. Gumising ka at mag-review ka. Alright? And of course, lastly, show up and enjoy. Alright? Kahit hindi mo naiintindihan yung mga dinidiscuss ni Sir Joel or ng mga other professors mo, show up and enjoy. Okay? And be reminded na, the gap between the life that you want and the life you are living right now is called mindset, focus, and consistency. Alright? And, para naman mas ma-inspire kayo, no, na kahit duguan na kayo to pursue pa rin being a chemist. Ito yung some of the perks din or pinaka-favorite ko din perks of being a chemist. Okay? I get to enjoy local and international travels din. So first, lumalangoy kami kasama ang Butanding. So that was shot in Oslo, Cebu. Side trip namin yan. Kasi we attended a shelf life training sa DOST Cebu before. Sa baba, this was shot naman in Taiwan. So ito naman, napunta ako dyan kasi I was invited by a supplier, no, to be trained sa Gerhard Asia. Actually, sa Kaohsiung, Taiwan yan. Tapos we just went to Taipei para makapag-side trip. Alright? Tapos sa gitna, ito yung sa pinaka-favorite ko. This is in Singapore in 2017. Alright? So, first international travel ko yan. Tapos, sobrang sulit yan kasi punta pa kami sa amusement parks. Tapos, ang sasarap ng pagkain. Alright? Tapos, yung last international travel ko, kasi nga nag-pandemic na and wala na rin kaming biniling mga equipment. Kapag kasi bumibili ng equipment, usually may free trainings. Tapos, sa mga regional lab nila sa Asia. So, usually Southeast Asia. Itong last, ito naman sa Hanoi, Vietnam. So, ito because of the training sa protein digester naman sa food lab namin. Alright, so di ba saan ka pa, you get to travel, all expenses paid, minsan ipambili ka pa ng pasalubong. Alright, so moving forward, na-excite na ba kayo? Type in number 5 nga kung excited na bang maging chemist. Ang bilis. Alright, thank you so much. Yan yung mga papasa, mga gagraduate on time. Ayan. Alright, so moving forward, thank you very much for your answers. Ayan. So, trip down memory lane lang tayo. So, eto, kaya ako siya shinare kasi just to remind you na ganito lang karami yung gumagraduate every year sa BS Chem. Joke lang. Kidding aside. Alright. So, eto kasi yung one of the most solid groups ko din. No? Ito yung mga kabatch ko na nag-BS Chem and kami lang sa batch yung gumraduate on time noon. So we were 10 sa batch. Right? So, you know what? I was once just like you, nakikinig sa talk ng ibang tao, nakikinig sa talk ng mga RCH, and sinabi ko rin sa sarili ko na nakaupo ako dyan, sabi ko one day magiging RCH din ako, and one day, pakikinggan din ako ng iba. Alright? So, ako kasi, I was never the top of the class type of student. Okay? I really struggled back in college. Naranasan kong makwatro. Talaga. In one of my major subjects, FICEM nun. Alright? So, syempre, the feeling, no, hindi mo alam if you will pursue still yung pagiging chemist kasi parang ayaw ng tadhana kasi parang hindi mo kaya. Right? I'm sure siguro one or two or more, no, nakaramdam na nun, naka-experience na ng struggle na yun. Alright? So, ako, I'm very, very fortunate lang kasi yung group na to, ang goal namin is to us to graduate all on time. So, we help one another, lalo na yung mga boys na yan, yung mga boys mahilig yan magpa-overnight kasi magre-review kami overnight. Sama-sama kami nagre-review, especially nung mga removal exams. Nare-review talaga nila kami. They were very, very helpful. So, I also suggest na sana kayo din, sana meron din kayong group of friends na ganito, na ang goal is for you to, to be better, to be the best versions of yourself. And also, aside from my batchmates in college, ang isa sa mga core groups ko talaga noon is the CLS ChemSo. Alright? So, eto, sila talaga yung mga saksi sa lahat ng hirap ko nung college. Kapag umiiyak ka, sila yung nakakakita. Kapag hirap ka sa activity sa org, pag puyat ka na, sila yung nakakakita. Sama-sama kayo nag-overnight kasi you have to work at night kasi nag-aaral kayo sa umaga. Alright? Sila yung saksi sa lahat ng removal exams ko din, sa lahat ng iyak. Actually, up until now, friends kami ng mga yan. Alright? Tapos mayayaman na yung mga yan, mga faces na nandyan. Okay? So, now, if you are one of the students na ngayon medyo struggling and kung sa tingin mo your future of being a chemist is still blurry. Alright? So, ito lang sasabihin ko sa'yo, all of your struggles, yung mga sleepless nights nyo, and yung mga endless worries nyo, ramdamin nyo lang lahat yan, and I guarantee you, one day, it will all be worth it. Right? So thank you very much. That ends my presentation.
Alright, thank you, ma'am. Grabe. Ang dami ko natutunan all over the place.
Over.
Ako, ano ba, naka-read away ako, shucks, kasi dinadigest ko pa po yung mga kuling ano. And, thank you po so much for sharing that. Very engaging, interesting, at parang ang attractive nung mga sinabi ni Miss Aubrey. And now, guys, gaya ng sabi namin kanina, we will be reading your questions. Are there questions na? Open na ang ating floor for questions para sagutin ng ating speaker. Okay. Ito po, meron po akong chat sa akin si Ma'am Narita. Nalobat daw po siya. Pero ang question niya po ay, what are your advices to our students that are facing job interviews soon, knowing that they are from online mode of classes? We enforced online method validation, safety protocols in the lab, and measurement uncertainties webinar series as refreshers, but what could be the tips for them to answer questions from labs with 17095 accreditation? 17020.
Alright, sige. So ako kasi, I also interview analysts na upcoming, whether be chemical technicians or chemists, and we understand naman, no, na since we are in a pandemic pa, hindi pa rin talaga nakakapag-venture out yung mga students. And actually, alam nyo, kapag ando naman kayo sa interview, yung experience naman talaga sa laboratory is really not necessary, actually, as long as you know the concepts behind it. And actually, yun nga, yung ISO 17025 actually is a plus factor na agad. Alright? So, ngayon pa lang, yung mga accreditations, recognitions, kumbaga yung mga statutory talaga and regulatory requirements, make sure na alam nyo na talaga ngayon kahit yung overview pa lang. Yun. So, it's actually a big advantage na for you guys.
Right, thank you, ma'am. Another question po from YouTube man, from Nate Michael Reyes. Question lang po kung tumatanggap po bang intern or trainee DOST par?
Alright. So, before, yes, pre-pandemic time, tumatanggap talaga kami regularly. But for now, since medyo delikado pa, we opted not to accept muna yung mga OJT. So, don't worry. Siguro by next year, we will open na.
Yan, sana nasagot ni ma'am. Ako po, meron po akong question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Ayan. Kasi po kanina ay napansin ko, yung parang sinabi niyo po na you were hesitant to accept yung tinutulak po ng mga friends na to apply for higher education. How did you come to terms with your doubts sa sarili niyo po?
Okay. So, ako kasi, I also want to challenge myself, and first thing kasi that you have to do is to convince yourself na if you don't do it anyways, you will be stagnant. Right? So if you want to have something new in your life, you need to do something na hindi mo ginagawa before. Alright? So if kahit sino man yan, yung humadlang sa'yo, as long as you want, kung gusto mo talaga, no, yung isang bagay, walang makakapigil sa'yo eh. So, yun.
Thank you po. Guys, do you have any more questions? Actually, you can raise your hand.
You can unmute yourselves.
Yeah. Para makausap natin sa team. Raj, meron mong nag-send sa'yo ng questions?
Meron. Ang question niya is, what can you share with your chemistry graduates who are finding jobs in research?
Finding jobs in research. Okay. Alright. So pagdating naman kasi sa research, it's very, very important then that yung heart mo talaga belongs to research. Eh. Kasi if you are applying to research institutes, especially example, USF and RI. So number one thing, syempre dapat technically competent ka sa lalo na sa mga stats pa lang ng research. Alright? Tapos, if you are to pursue research careers, dapat alam mo din or meron ka ring vision of your own projects. Kasi you might also be sharing those during interviews. So, you can also do that.
Thank you po. Also, meron pa po. What is the difference in terms of the health effects of working in government laboratory compared to industry? Yun po ang kanilang katanungan.
Alright, so health effects, ako kasi personally when I was still a full-time analyst nung SRS1 pa lang ako, ang number one na nakita ko talaga, since meron din kaming organic solvents, talagang kita talaga siya sa mukha ko. As in talaga, dito, since ito yung exposed, medyo, kahit na may fume hoods ka, exposed pa rin yung noo mo kasi nakamask ka naman. So, nagka-breakouts ako dito sa may noo. Right? So, could be one kasi exposed pa rin kami sa mga organic solvents, but with DOST kasi, compared to other government agencies pa rin, less talaga yung health risks with DOST. Okay? Kasi yung mga ginagamit naman namin, mostly acids, tapos less lang talaga sa organic solvents. Kasi I understand sa iba, sa DA, ang lakas nila sa organic solvents. Alright? So, comparing to DA and the industry in general, feeling ko mas safe in working dito sa DOST. Alright? And actually, ang isang kalaban lang dito, kapag nasa government ka, madalas hindi ko naman sinasabi na always, madalas, hindi lang laboratory yung trabaho mo. Okay? So ako kasi, in my case, I am an S2, tapos I also have other designations. I'm also part of the Bids and Awards Committee. I also have yung mga safety officers na job. So madami din kasing designations. So yun naman, yung isang risk naman nun, syempre mapapagod ka din. Kasi kapag ka sa government ka din, kumbaga full-time din yung pagod mo. Yun.
May questions pa ba sa'yo, Abby?
I think that's it for the question. Yun yata yung last. Or
Ando na lang pa. Meron pa. So, last na lang po.
Alright.
What is your biggest challenge that you face in work?
Biggest challenge. Yun. Yung nakwento ko kanina, how to overcome yung fear, yung struggles ko, and how could I, kumbaga patunayan sa iba na kahit I was only 21 years old when I accepted the S2 position, I can also manage the laboratory. Na, yun kasi talaga kasi sabi ko sa sarili ko, if hindi ko to kaya, might as well quit being a chemist. Okay? Kasi dumating na yung opportunity sa'yo, you grab it, you show up, and you complete the job. You complete the responsibilities. So, actually, that's the greatest talaga na challenge in my career so far.
All right, thank you, ma'am, for answering the questions. Grabe, guys, we'll never know where fate leads us, pero once we accept the responsibilities, show up, and complete them, we will grow from them, definitely. Thank you po ulit, Ma'am Aubrey. And at this point, I would like to present the certificate of recognition to our speaker. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Aubrey Rose Gabriel for imparting her knowledge and valuable experiences during the Women of Science, the second part of the Career Talk webinar series ChemScientia, a Talk About Journey, held on the 26th day of March 2022 at Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija, signed by Precious Tricia T. Lozano, President of CLSU Chemical Society, Geoffrey U. Patungan, President of CLSU-BS Chemistry Student Council, Dr. Rodel L. Gutierrez, Advisor of CLSU Chemical Society, and Mr. Gil Felicissimo S. Cabrera, Advisor of CLSU-BS Chemistry Student Council. And thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you as well. You're welcome.
Ayan, gaya ng ginawa natin kanina, siguro din tayo. Let's have a photo op with our speaker. So kindly open your cameras, yung mga hindi pa naka-open. Para let's wait for them to open their cameras.
Buhay pa sila o gising pa sila.
Thank you for staying with us. Ayan. Ethan, ikaw na lang mag-supervise na itong photo op.
2, 3. One, two, three. One, two, three.
Okay. And thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's webinar. And we would like to take this opportunity to remind you to fill out the evaluation form that will be sent in the chat box. Ayan, na-send na ata. So you will receive your e-certificates. Also for our YouTube participants, someone will send the link there in the stream. So just watch out for this. So partner, ano ba? Magtatanong ba tayo ng takeaways from them?
I think, kasi I know for sure, ang dami nilang natutunan.
Yeah.
From the two speakers.
Yes, it's really empowering na malaman na hindi lang pala ikaw yung nakakaranas ng struggles na yon. As a student, yung malaman mo na, si Ate Aubrey pumabagsak na far. Diba? Parang hindi halata, ganun. Kasi parang they are already successful ngayon. And invite nga natin sila dito.
Siguro in connection to that, siguro yung mga setbacks from before, yun yung naging stepping stone for them to be where they are right now. Ayan, so magtanong tayo sa ating mga kasamahan dito sa Zoom. Kung ano ang kanilang mga takeaways. I can see, sino ba? Si Lian. Hello, Lian.
Hello po.
So, ayan.
Ayun,
how was it all for you? Ayan, ano yung mga takeaways mo? I-share mo na lang sa amin.
Ayun, hearing from the two speakers po ngayong hapon is from their experiences is empowering enough for me. Super inspiring po. And I admire po talaga women na may career, especially po sa katulad na field na kinukuha ko, which is science. Tapos pinaka na remember ko po yung sinabi ng Ma'am Aubrey, yung try bigger opportunities or grab bigger opportunities. Kasi yun po yung problem madalas sa akin talaga, yung anxiety and yung kaba to take on bigger challenges na parang hindi ko ma-handle ganun. So, ayun po, na-inspired po ako with that.
Okay, thank you so much, Lian. How about you, Roch? Baka meron kang napupusuan.
Sa end ko, wait. So, I see Rosel. Ay, tumayo siya. Yeah, so, hi, Rosel. Same sa question for Lian, what are your takeaways from the two speakers this afternoon?
Ano po na, as first year po kasi parang syempre po madami lang ilang po nahihirapan sa amin. And parang pinapakita po dun na sa habang nag-aaral po talaga is mahirap pa talaga yung pinagdadaanan namin. Then pagka po nakuha na namin yung license natin, namin po parang doon na po mag-i-start na kailangan yung mga opportunity po dadating at dadating po kahit po nahihirapan tayo. Yun lang po.
Thank you, Sal.
Alright, I'm pretty sure, Rog, yung mga kasama natin dito ay marami talaga natutunan. Kaya lang, we're running out of time para pakinggan sila. Well, you can share it to us pa rin. Siguro pwede niyong i-comment or sa ating YouTube channel. But at this point, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our partners.
Okay, so we would like to thank our collaborators. So ChemScientia is in collaboration with the BS Chemistry Student Council of CLSU and the CLSU University Gender and Development Office.
Of course, this event would not be possible without our partners, which are the Philippine Association of Chemistry Students Incorporated and Bicol University Chemical Science Society. We also have here CLSU Math and Physics Circle and College of Science Student Council.
So this webinar is also brought to you by the UPLB Chemical Kinetics Society and UP Chemical Society.
Thank you, guys. I hope we can work in the future still. And meron ulit tayong photo op.
Oo, syempre, wag na natin sayang yung opportunity na to, diba? Grab lang ng opportunity sa amin. Diba? So yan, let's all take a photo again.
For the last time, for today.
For today's video.
1, 2, 3. One, two, three.
Okay na ba, Ethan? Ayan. Now, we have come to the last part of our event. To formally close this program, may we call on another empowered woman, Miss Precious Tricia T. Lozano, the President of CLSU Chemical Society, for the closing remarks.
So good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of CLSU Chemical Society, CLSU Gender and Development Office, and the BSCSC, I would like to thank you all sa pagsama sa amin hanggang sa mga oras na ito. At we hope na marami kayong natutunan sa webinar na ito. And of course, na-empower kayo sa mga sinabi or mga diniscuss ng ating mga speakers. So allow me lang to, short na lang, allow me to give my takeaways for this webinar. For me, if we're going to summarize this or the learnings that I learned from the from our speakers, I will say it is courage. First, kay Ma'am Pauline, she said na there are risks talaga when it comes to health pag nagtrabaho ka sa petroleum industry. But you need to take the risk. You need to be courageous para mag-grab yung opportunity na yon. And then kay Ma'am Aubrey naman, we all know na at a young age, she grabbed the opportunity to take the leadership para dun sa may work niya ngayon. And then if hindi sila naging courageous for that part, hindi natin sila makakasama ngayon. Hindi natin maririnig yung mga empowering experiences nila sa atin ngayon. So I think if we're going to take something in a one word for this webinar, it is courage. And of course, as we celebrate the Women's Month, for this month, we must continue to be courageous because everything starts with a single step. It always starts with that courage to take something and to be someone you want to be. Yun lang po. Thank you and God bless.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Precious Tricia Lozano. And now we will plug our social media site. So follow us on Facebook, the CLSU Chemical Society, and also for the CLSU BS Chemistry Student Council.
Right, and thank you so much, guys. This has been Women of Science ChemScientia, a talk about journey, and I am Abigail Briones.
And I am Rojan Lucas.
Na iniiwan kayo ng kasabihan. Na here's to strong women.
May we know them.
May we be them.
And may we raise them.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you po.
See you soon. Sana hindi na to webinar. Sana face-to-face. Thank you po kay Ma'am Aubrey and Ma'am Pauline.
Simula'y di lubos maunawaan kung anong magiging bukas. Sa mga tayo hindi maunawaan kung saan patungo itong landas. Kung saan patungo itong landas. Tayo'y mga bilanggo ng tahanan. Sa kita sa lansangan. Pagkaaral maipahirapan, tayo'y lalaban para sa kinabukasan. Manalig kang masisilayan, muli ang sintang pamantasan na kung saan ay nahubog ang ating kaalaman. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, tayong mag-aral, magsamaan, magbayanihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, nasa ating kamay, tunay na kapangyarihan. Pag-iisa ng mga pusong palaban, ngiti sa ating labi ay muling masisilayan. Kasamang pamantasan na sa ating gumagabay, tayo'y magpupunyi, isisigaw ang tagumpay. Tayo na.
Ang panahon ng ligaya, ngunit tayong lahat ay magsasama. Paglilingkad ng mga mirasol ay makikita, sabay ng pag-usbong nila'y pag-asa.
Manalig kang masisilayan, muli ang sintang pamantasan na kung saan ay nahubog ang ating kaalaman. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, tayong mag-aral, magsamaan, magbayanihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, nasa ating kamay, tunay na kapangyarihan. Pag-iisa ng mga pusong palaban, ngiti sa ating labi ay muling masisilayan. Kasamang pamantasan na sa ating gumagabay, tayo'y magpupunyi, sisigaw ang tagumpay. Wanag ay magningas, ikaw ang lakas. Ang pangarap ko'y tataas, tuloy ang bukas. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, tayong mag-aral, magsama at magbayanihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, nasa ating kamay, tunay na kapangyarihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, tayong mag-aral, magsama at magbayanihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, nasa ating kamay, tunay na kapangyarihan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan. Laban, bangon, pusong sinesyuhan. Bangon, pusong sinesyuhan, tayong